you go. Hey, hello, friends. Welcome to Tuesday night D&D, where we are apparently taking our first potty break already. Right on time.
I didn't know he would leave. I thought he was just going to go.
Wear me out. I am DM Roy, and I am here with the usual crew of John, who is on a tech support call, young Joshua, Chris, and Elliot, who is apparently on potty break. It started just a second ago. This is Tuesday night, and we are Nerdly Gaming's Grognards. Well, he's playing. No playing from the potty. That's a rule, okay?
I was out of the potty at that point.
All right, great. So, hey guys, been a couple weeks. How's things?
Hey there. It has been a couple weeks because I completely forgot to log on to Fantasy Grounds because that's just a thing that I forgot to do.
Make it happen.
It happens. Yeah. So we had a Thanksgiving break. That was cool, and we didn't play at all last week, right?
A little more.
Yeah. Totally took a break from last week. So, who has fun stories to tell?
No.
Short stories, Elliot. We don't not a 10-minute Elliot story.
Never mind then.
Oh, fine. That's tough.
It was anyway. We never mind.
100 words or less.
Never mind. I can't.
Yeah, we're gonna put Elliot on a word count.
We had a lot of fun. Oh, fun story. We had a lot of fun when we. Oh, story's over.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
There should just be a count where like as soon as he hits the word limit, he gets muted.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good plan.
It'll be like the sending spell, right? You get 25 words, and that's it. You have to figure out what you have to say in 25 words.
Like the sending spell. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Or is it called sending message? Whatever it's called.
Whatever.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We understood what you meant.
But one of the greatest triumphs. You know, you're a nerd. When one of the greatest triumphs of your life is when I ad-libbed that spell one time. Remember that we were playing Tomb of Annihilation, and I ad-libbed the spell, and I got the message done perfectly in 25 words, like on the spot. First try.
Yeah, because I planned the question ahead of time to have the 25 words, and then you nailed the answer pretty beautifully.
Oh yeah, that's one of my life accomplishments right there.
I agree. That is probably one of the best things you ever did.
Yeah, well,
ever.
I mean,
low bars.
including the other players in this game.
Low bars. It's good.
Josh didn't even recognize an insult when he heard him.
It's all right, man.
Insult.
One of the greatest things you ever did.
I'm responding to some Discord stuff right now.
Yeah.
I just sort of accept them as they come.
The kids these days, they don't even have the decency to take offense when you get them good.
How dare we?
All right. Cool. Well, we are here, I suppose, to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Huh.
Who remembers where we happened last time? What happened? The last time
What happened?
You know who remembers it best?
Oh no.
Me.
It's not. Well, I would say Chris.
Probably yes.
I'd say Reginald P. Smytheworth's a little halfling account would be Kiri at this point.
I'm bright orange today. Look, I'm orange.
I nominate Chris.
Hey, at least it wasn't me this week.
See, you don't have to nominate yourself. You just have to nominate somebody fast.
No,
all right, Chris, you're up.
So we did things, and stuff happened, and I came out on top.
I accidentally muted myself. This is why Chris doesn't go. This is why he doesn't do the recap.
See, he's like the clever husband who ruins the laundry the first time they get married so he never has to do it again.
I'm in a very successful relationship now. Let me just say.
And Brenda does all the laundry.
And Brenda does all the laundry and most of the cooking.
Dang, that's nice. All right. So last week, I guess several things happened. You guys did get a manor house that is mostly ruined. You spent some time interacting with some spirit that's in this house. You're not sure what that is exactly at this point.
But we know it keeps trying to trip up the cat.
The cat? Oh,
Me.
The tabaxi. Yeah. You guys found out that it's going to cost you about 1,250 gold dragons in order to get the tavern all fixed up. Let's see. Amani was approached by a cat inviting y'all to visit the Emerald Enclave. Who else got something fun that they did?
We met Broxley.
Look at my notes. Broxley Sprockets.
Uh-huh.
So Brox. Well, he's the guy that's gonna help you guys get your place remodeled if you want.
Right. And then we talked to somebody from the Lord's Alliance who turned us on to the job with the Dung Sweepers Guild, but also asked if we would be interested in joining the Lord's Alliance, and that
I'm pretty sure our exact words were, "We're the Lords of Lions. Screw you. We're suing for copyright infringement."
we did not say.
Do I remember that correctly, or
I think
you're a bit off, and by you're a bit off, I mean you are a bit off.
We did try to find copyright papers for that, though. I do remember that bit.
When we talked to the person who signed, who collected the taxes for the deed transfer, we did try to ask her if she did copyright. She did not know what a copyright was.
Oh, that explains it.
And so that didn't quite fly the way we'd hoped. And then I met the Dragonborn who runs the nearby bookseller. Amani met with was it the woodworkers?
Yeah, because Gail met with the
investigator.
Guy. Yeah.
Tiger's Eye.
Right. And the Dragonborn, whose name is Rashal the Page Turner.
Wow, man, good notes. Look at you.
Proprietor of the Bookworm's Treasure. And then there is something about the Mule Skull Tavern on Ship Street, which I think is our nearest competition.
The Mule Skull? No, that is where you guys were told to meet the foreman of the Dung Sweepers about the job.
Okay, which is where we're going now. That's where we actually ended up, was that we were supposed to be heading off to make that meeting.
All right, and then let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
When are we gonna roll credits?
Roll credits.
Oh, wait. Did I just ruin my thing about not knowing anything?
No. I'm sure you're fine.
Nobody noticed.
Nobody notices.
The things that you say.
Anything that I say, nobody notices.
I'm glad they're singing.
Gotta have music somehow.
Hey, look, we got a new sub.
Took the night.
Oh, wait, it's me.
We do. Oh, good job. Ooh, can I sub? Can I sub? Let me see.
Do I get inspiration for resubbing?
Yeah, man, that's a good idea. You should get inspiration for resubbing.
You have to subscribe every week. I subscribed once.
Ooh, look at me.
Yeah. Did you resub?
Oh, you gotta pay money for that.
Unless you have a Prime subscription, then you get one free sub every month.
Oh, I don't have that.
Well, yeah, I do. And instead of giving it to Jimmy the Brush on Twitch, I've been giving it to
Grognard.
us.
The Grognards.
Where's my
To the
resubscribe?
Nerd League, because the Edgelords, they
The
deserve it
Edgelords
too.
get the benefit from it, so you subscribe.
Well,
to all
really,
of
the
them.
only person who gets the benefit is Roy right now.
Yeah, well, technically, so far, the only person that gets the benefit is Twitch.
It's offsetting costs.
There is some money sitting in a Twitch account, but so far,
Speaking of
we aren't
which-
live yet.
we've
We
been
are
live.
live.
We've been
We're
live.
excellent.
live. We've already done the intro. We're on our way to go see the Dunk Sweepers.
Did we
We
do
are ready to start.
We did the credits, like the opening, our song and everything.
Nobody knows.
Oh,
We have a song now.
Yes, we always had a song.
yeah. As long as you
Grog,
know.
our-
grog, grog,
what is our
grog,
song?
Grog, grog, grog,
What is I doing? I don't know what I'm doing in
grog,
Twitch right now.
Grognards.
I'm doing things in Twitch. I don't even know what
I
I'm
like
doing.
I like how you put that to the Attack of the Rotten Tomatoes or Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Right.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Man, I've subscribed for 13 months. Man, I'm dedicated.
Oh, you got 13 months of having to listen to this shit.
I should get paid. I don't get paid enough for this. That's for sure.
I agree. You
I'll
don't
admit it.
You
you
deserve
get the
more,
abuse.
Roy. You deserve more.
Yeah, thanks, Elliot.
Yeah,
John.
Anytime. I'm
Jerk.
here to tell you that you are getting an unfair deal all the time.
Thanks, man.
Anytime.
Let's see. Oh, you guys are distracting me. I got to get on track here. You know what we need?
No pressure.
Speed. I feel the need for speed.
I thought you just put in that Ryzen.
Oh, I did. It's so nice. But I still need
Yeah.
to get my 5700 XT now.
And he just wants to see me in volleyball shorts anyway.
I do.
I don't know if
not.
that's really on any of our bucket lists right now.
See,
Mine.
Josh,
Oh, mine.
Josh, there's no way you would understand that reference.
Okay, well, I may not understand the reference, but I know that I'm not really dying to see you.
I know I don't want to see you in volleyball shorts, though. Does that count?
Yeah.
That's fair.
The reference is lost on me. The visual, I wish, was lost on me.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, Elliot likes to be playing with the boys. So
Great.
hey, you're the one that made the reference.
you win this round. You win this round. You win this round. I got nothing.
All right.
At the
So
end, it would be sure great if you could give in those TP reports, buddy.
That's a TPS report. You've also been checkmated, John.
I still say it's TP, it's toilet paper because this is running like shit.
What are you talking about? We're having a great time.
Yeah, are you kidding? This is high value entertainment.
For us,
Well, I mean, who cares? Yeah, I feel I'm having. This is the night I wanted.
okay,
isn't-
you win.
I
And in
lost
winning,
last round,
you've
but
lost.
I'm winning the game. I like just having a moment of silence there. That was fun.
thanks, man. All right. So you guys head. Well, shoot, that's all the way across town. All right. So you guys head across town to
All the way.
Yeah, back
And-
down to the dock ward.
We don't all have to go. I mean, I guess we should, but
We're
So-
not all going.
So who is? So let's talk about a few things. All right, back up. We're focused now. Reginald is going to see the Dragonborn.
no. I'm going to see the Dunk Sweepers Guild.
Dunk
I've already
Sweepers.
seen the Dragonborn. He's,
Oh, we okay. So
looking some
we already
stuff up
did
for
all
me.
that stuff. Now we're all going as a party to see the Dunk Sweepers.
Where's Amani going?
Amani is not going.
Amani's
I've
going
got
to be
three other
hanging out.
places to go. I've got to go see the oldest neighbor in the neighborhood. I've got to go see my temple to ask about this spirit, if there's a way to contact it, and I need to go to the Emerald Enclave. So you all do your thing, and I guess
Let's
we'll probably
assume you've
loop
already
back to
done
me.
one of those while Reginald was seeing the Dragonborn.
No, because he went and
Page
saw somebody else at the same time.
Yeah, let's assume you've seen one of those, and let's assume that I've talked to the Thieves Guild investigator guy.
Which you did at the same time.
Yeah. And then I will say I am going with Reginald P. Smytheworthy,
The third.
to go see about this Dung Sweepers Guild.
Job that's going to help pay for our.
They've got
rebuild.
a want ad. We're gonna go take a look at that want ad and see if that's something that might serve our purposes.
So, my only thing is that I want to take Chris's advice, and I want to fix the squeaky door. See if that helps at all. Can we do that like before we leave, or should we deal with that when we get back?
That's up to.
What are you going to do for the squeaky door?
Reginald?
I mean, it's already
I can't
been
imagine
a
it would
day
take
and a
long
half,
to.
but it's not going to take long to fix a squeaky door.
Yeah.
Yeah, worst case, you just rip it off the hinges, it stops squeaking.
That's probably.
I mean, I probably just
not
need.
conducive to our running of a tavern.
I
I'm gonna
probably
have to
just
lay
need
down some ground rules. I can see it now.
Is there like a general goods store or something like that where I could get like oil and maybe some other like basic supplies?
You know,
Sure.
to be fair, Reginald,
Easy.
do you walk into taverns when the doors are closed or when they're open?
I walk into taverns.
Regardless.
Yeah.
I just go in.
When the doors are open, you go through them. When they're closed, you don't. So if we take the door off the hinges, we're not hurting business.
Yeah, but then what happens when we close?
Right.
Have you ever heard of the place called We Never Close?
Yeah, that's down the street. That's not us though.
Have you ever heard of the place of Are You Manning the Bar the whole time?
We have an undead being right now, man.
Yeah, but he's more of like he's kind of just the thing that attracts the people there. He's like the sideshow attraction. He's not who's actually dealing with the bar and the money and everything
Currently,
like that. We're
we
kind of
have
just using him as like spooky curb appeal.
Well, that's what your goal is, but you currently, we all recognize that there is something here that doesn't need to sleep. And we've got a tavern with a squeaky door. And if we could just take the door off and have a bartender that never sleeps.
Well, that would first require
their
us
business.
befriending the barkeeper. Or
Which taking the door
befriending
off
the
its
spirit.
hinges might anger it.
Yeah.
Or it might
We would have to
be-
befriend him, and then we would have
The
to
ghost-
have him on board, which would mean that we need some way to contact him and speak with him thoroughly.
Well,
and then
the ghost
we would also need to
understands
set up a
us
way
fine.
for all of the patrons that want to buy stuff to speak with him.
Well, the ghost understands us just fine. The only thing we have to do is ask the right questions before we run out of dust to write in. So we're going to get the place clean while trying to get answers to our questions.
Or we just get like a chalkboard.
The ghost writes in dust. Like I like this idea a lot better. We get the place clean.
Then we just need to get like a bag of dust.
No, the dirt has plenty of dust. We don't have to.
We can go
import
into the
dust.
street and we can just grab some dirt and
We don't
bring
have
it on the counter for
We
him
don't
to
have to
write
get
his...
more dirt. We got plenty of that. The point is, we don't know that the ghost isn't pissed off all the time because the door squeaks. Like we take the door off the hinges, and maybe the ghost is happy that the door's off the hinges, and problem solved.
Or we just fix the door because doors are supposed to be there. You're not just supposed to have a hole into a building. Because if we take it off now, we don't like the bar and everything like that. It's not up and running yet. So we're just taking a door off, and now we just have a hole in the building.
In the wall.
So we should fix the door first. Pretty basic thing, right? Maybe 5 or 10 minutes to just fix a squeaky door,
This is going
and
to take
then
longer
maybe
than 10
later.
minutes. Us just talking about it's taking longer than 10 minutes.
No
so
kidding.
y'all go.
All
Well,
right, so
if
you
we
guys
were
can-
just going
on
to
your-
fix it, we could already be done.
Okay,
Yeah, so
just
on your
fix the door then.
travels through town today, you can find some general goods store and find some sort of grease or something that you can use to fix the door when you get back.
Okay. So then maybe we should just head out to the Dung Sweepers Guild meeting, and on the way there, do a little bit of shopping because I've got some items that I want to look for.
Roll a passive perception check to see if you see the store you need to go into.
So to the Mule Skull Tavern, you guys get there. It's a modest place. They
I love you, Chris.
Yeah, the tavern is. It's not a great tavern, right? It's like a sort of average, modest tavern. It's modestly appropriated and such, but it is spotlessly clean. The even the
Where's
outside, the street outside of this place is well cleaned, and even the parts that aren't well maintained, or at least well cleaned. And you get inside. What's that?
What place are we?
You're going to the Mule Skull Tavern.
Mule Skull. We don't have that map.
We do not have a map for the Mule Skull. It's
But
on
we
Ship
do.
Street, though.
Oh, I see. It's on Shit Street.
Ship, not shit. But I mean, Dung Sweeper's Guild. So if it was on Shit Street,
Right.
I don't
That would be
think it
kind of apropos.
well. Except for they
Nice.
would have already swept it. So it would be
Oh,
Swept
yeah.
Street.
It would be Swept Street. It could only be Swept Street. It can't be Shit Street.
So you guys get in there. There are a handful of patrons hanging out, a couple having a meal, the rest sort of having drinks, and you're greeted by the bartender who asks, "How can I be of service?"
Oh,
Hey, we were pointed in this direction regarding some potential work for the Dung Sweepers Guild.
Ah, yes. Then, you'll be looking at Morton. Well, he's not here at the moment, but he should be here soon. He generally makes his way in around this time. You're welcome to have a drink while you wait.
Sure.
I'm happy to have a drink, but could you also tell me like what sort of stores are around here? Like, if there's any stores where I could find maybe
This is-
some like small magic items.
So this is Waterdeep. There are stores where you can find anything in the world you may want in Waterdeep. So it's really just a matter of knowing what you want to get. Magic items are a little trickier. They don't in 5e. We don't do magic item shops anymore, right? There aren't stores where you can just walk in and buy magic items. You would sort of try to find an item, and probably you can get them. You know, there are some places that would sell spell scrolls, stuff like that, like bookstore, for example. Potions are easy to find. What are you looking for? What do you want?
I am looking to try and get a bag of holding. Or something akin to that. Something that could hold a lot of things that I can carry on my person at all times.
Oh, what a 20-year-old.
All right. You can... I will work on that. I'm sure you can't afford it right now. But we...
Likely not, but I want to at least have that as an option.
Okay. You know, that'd be a good downtime activity. I mentioned we're going to be doing some downtime type stuff. So that's a really good downtime activity that you could save, like for your week, your 10-day of downtime. We can see about you trying to find a magic item. All right, so we'll do that for a downtime activity.
Am I allowed to know like what the relative cost of one of those would be?
Yeah, sure. How the heck am I supposed to know what that costs?
The DMG.
The yeah, we'll have to do. We'll figure it out. I mean, it won't be very much. You know, probably a few hundred gold, something in that range, something in the few hundred gold range. I mean, it's a common item.
I just looked it up and it says it is an uncommon item, roughly 100 to 500 gold pieces.
Oh, that's good. All right. Well, it depends. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, just curious.
Yeah. Yeah. So stuff like
the-
that's really good for downtime stuff.
You roll a 1 die 6, and 5 and 6 are both 500, and everything else is point value.
Maybe.
Not bad.
I might think of a better way to do
I'd
it.
rather D4.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Don't forget, you still owe part of the restoration cost of Troll Skull.
True.
Yeah. So,
but I'll go back to being in game instead of asking about stuff out of game. Talking to the barkeep, I'll be like, yeah, I'll give me one of your give me a mead. give me a mead, and then could you just point me in the direction of the nearest like hardware store, some place I could get like oils and different flasks?
Yes, there is a 2 nibs for the mead, and
Here you go.
thank you. And there's a general goods store a couple blocks up the street.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, so several minutes goes by, and the
This is really good mead, guys. Y'all should get some.
Already got some.
Sorry, I got my cup.
True story. This is actually mead.
nice.
And this is water in a frozen cup.
Still nice.
My mead also has a little tequila in it.
Cut your mead with tequila. That's cool. I
Got to
drank.
cut the sweetness somehow.
Yeah, I drank a bit of mead last night myself. Okay, so these trio of guys walks in as you guys are sitting there, and the bartender walks up and says, the guy there, short crop, black hair, that's Morton.
Oh, great. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do we recognize Morton?
Put a silver on the counter.
You do not.
Is Morton's not anybody we've already fought?
No, there's a lot of people here in Waterdeep that you haven't fought yet.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Millions of people. We've only fought 100 of them.
10.
Did you catch that, Roy?
Catch what?
I thanked him for the information and put a silver on the counter.
Oh yeah. He palms out. He says, "Oh, well, thank you. Anytime. Pleasure.
Sure.
Pleasure.
Absolutely.
Sure, there's nothing I can
Yeah,
get you to
it's
drink, friend."
5 times as much as Josh paid for his drink that he got. And
It's actually
Well,
like
I'm gonna
5
leave
times
it-
what he paid for his drink.
I'll leave like a 2 copper tip.
All right.
okay.
Wow, you
Now
guys are
it's
nice.
Down to 2.5 times, Josh.
You guys are good for business.
Yeah.
You are good business.
Right.
So these 3 guys kind of sit in there, and they're 2 of them are sort of grungy and dirty, and the third, Morton, isn't as dirty, though he's got a sort of scrungy look about him. And they sort of head to the bar, and they get big mugs of ale, and they head back to their table.
Okay. We'll let them get settled in
Okay.
and then walk over there. Excuse me, Morton. You don't know me, but
I was just about to say that.
I was given your information. Some members of the Lord's Alliance had said that perhaps you're looking for a little bit of assistance from an adventuring company.
Well, actually, yes, we are. That's great. That is good news. And he looks and says, "Yes, we're actually really short. I can't
So am
believe
I.
somebody." He probably wouldn't get that. He sort of paused at you. He says, "Yes. Well, we could definitely use your help. We're short-handed, and we need protection. You know, this city is just not as safe as it used to be. This city's going to hell. Generation these days, this just everything." You know, being a dung sweeper, you see really what's happening in the city. You know, the day-to-day stuff, and man, I tell you, it's just getting worse by the minute.
Well, we're definitely trying to improve things. As a matter of fact, we are working on improving the old Troll Skull Tavern, getting it back up and running, cleaned out. Might need your help with that.
Well, I can't say I've heard of the place, but if you need a...
It's in the North Ward.
Northport. Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. But if you need something cleaned, well, by Joe, you've come to the right place. Well, good, then. So
Y'all
you'll
look like y'all could use a cleaning yourselves.
Well, cleaning's dirty work, friend.
Yeah. You don't just get to sit back and play with books all day, young man.
You
You mean
know,
like you do?
You know, you're right. Actually, you're right. You don't just get to sit back and play with books all day. In fact, we pick up books. Throw them away
Exactly.
sometimes.
Well, if you ever run into books that are not in horrible condition, I might pay a few copper just to have them drop off over to me. Care of, again, the Troll Skull Tavern.
Troll Skull Tavern. All right, I'll have to find this place. Never been there. All right, well, look, you seem able enough, then good. It's good. It's very good. I'm glad the Lord's Alliance is doing what they said they would do. Fair. Okay, so meet us tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Where at?
Absolutely. Where at?
Well, let's see. I've got. Hang on. Let me. He pulls out this little crumpled stack of paper, sort of like the Waterdeep equivalent of a small notebook, and he kind of goes through it and uncrumples it and looks where he is like, oh, wow, tomorrow we'll be working in the dock ward again. God, this place is always the worst. Fine.
Oh yeah.
Tell you what, just meet us here. We'll meet here. We'll get started not long after sunrise, and then we'll have a solid day's work with us.
Sounds like
Okay.
a plan.
That
All right.
sounds good. And what's the rate on this?
The rate.
What are we being paid?
Oh, I don't know. You have to talk. You're the Lord's Alliance. I'm the.
We're
dumb
not the Lords of Lions.
We're the Lords of Lions.
We are the Lords of Lions, but we are independent adventurers that were asked to stop by to perhaps help you out because you were shorthanded.
All right. Well, wait. So wait, there may be a little bit of miscommunication there. A little bit of miscommunication there. So you were approached by Jallister, who's working for the Lord's Alliance, who said that the Lord's Alliance is the group that are shorthanded. They had promised protection to the dung sweepers while they were doing their work. So they're not asking you to actually help the dung sweepers clean. They're looking for protection for dung sweepers while
Right. I knew that part, that the protection.
Right.
I just didn't know who's footing the bill and how much we were being paid. If I had have known that the Lords Alliance were going to be footing the bill,
Right.
I would have asked them.
Yeah, that's fine. So there may be some miscommunication. So they would be the ones footing the bill, not Morton. Morton's the
So-
dung sweepers.
What?
That's why he
All
thinks
right,
you're here.
let's just take a cut real quick.
Yeah.
Let's just jump over to the conversation with the Lords Alliance and say, so what's the what are we being paid for this
Flashback.
work? Yeah, we're doing it. We'll have a flashback scene. Flashback to the other day when we were talking to the Lords Alliance.
We'll call it a quasi retcon.
Wow. Yeah. kind of.
Yes. So as I recall, because you guys did ask that, and he mentioned that he would be able. You would have the thanks. He offers you membership into the Lord's Alliance for successfully fulfilling this mission.
Uh-huh.
He says that membership has a lot of good benefits. For example, the City Watch would be understanding perhaps of things that you may do. You would have the backing of the City Watch as you are recognized as a member of the Lord's Alliance. Plus his thanks, and he could probably scrounge a few coins together if necessary.
I mean, it's goodwill is great, and I enjoy it, but it doesn't fill my stomach.
Mhm.
So,
all right, yeah, fine. He'll offer you 200 gold dragons.
and I'm not even gonna argue with that. That's perfect. We'll it's a day's work for 50 gold.
It's a 10 days work.
A 10 days work for 50 gold. So that's 5 gold a day.
Not a bad rate.
I mean, not if you're a dung sweeper.
It's a great rate if you're a dung sweeper. You think dung sweepers make 5 gold a day?
I don't know what they make.
It's not 5 gold a day.
Well, for reference, I just looked this up on the side. We're each making 50 gold for a 10-day. If you were to hire regular mercenaries, they are supposedly 20 to 30 gold per month. So I think
don't
we're
wanna know
getting a
these
good
things.
deal out of this.
Hey, Roy, there's an echo, a slight echo in the background. Like maybe you have the stream volume on.
Maybe I do.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I hear you. I hear it now that you've said it.
So 200 gold.
You're right, Chris.
For
Good
10
call, man.
day, as long as everybody else is agreeable to it. John, you want to nod? You are not agreeable to that, or you don't want to nod.
I told you what my plans were. You all are working for the Dung Sweepers. I'm going to the Enclave.
Okay, so
you're
I'm
splitting
sorry.
the party. Is that what you're doing, John? You're splitting the party?
John's splitting the party.
John, why are you splitting the party?
Because it's not a dungeon.
John, we talked about this. We don't want to split the party, John.
Yes, you said
Little
split
did
it in
you
the
know
city. You
that
don't split
Waterdeep
it in
is
the
just
dungeon.
one giant dungeon.
Well,
Yeah,
let me. Well, sorry, I don't want to meta too much, but it's like a dungeon, sort of.
It's kind
So
of
Waterdeep
cool.
really is a big dungeon with another dungeon underneath it.
Which
It
is super cool. Which is super cool because I lived. So I like to take this second to back up and say that Reginald P. Smythesworthy III grew up in a gang in Waterdeep, and then Elroth developed into a gangster and a trickster in the streets.
But developed
of
out of
Waterdeep.
it.
In the streets of Waterdeep, and then Imani also had an Uncle Lucky and has been sort of involved with gangs in the streets of Waterdeep. And then I grew up in the field wards north of Waterdeep in a shitty part of town and made my way and now suddenly the city is dangerous for us to traverse alone. And I am only pointing that out because it's awesome. And not because I'm arguing with the mechanic. That's the way it is. We have all been alone in this city our whole lives, and now it is not safe for us to travel alone. We
really
are
goes
now
to show how
recognized.
shit
We are
Waterdeep
now
has gotten
recognized, and we are
recently.
now targets, and that is kind of a cool status promotion. That's like a promotion.
Yeah,
we were
They
obscure
will
before.
know the Lords of Lions.
I didn't say that Waterdeep was unsafe to traverse alone.
Not saying it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends, right? It's like, is downtown New Orleans safe to traverse alone?
Yep.
What
During
time of
the
day
middle
you
of the
going?
day. Yeah.
Usually, yeah.
Any
But-
part of town, any time of day.
So,
I mean,
usually. Yeah.
I've been any part of town, any time of day.
All right, so you guys are gonna then meet Mort and accept the job to guard the Dung Sweepers for the 10-day. Okay, all right, sold. You guys will then head back up the. So actually, that's gonna be a bit of it. Okay, so John, you are. I know you want to do all this stuff. What is? Let's see what you're doing.
Let's hit first my temple.
First, the temple. All right,
Temple of Saloon.
You can find a Temple of Saloon in Waterdeep, surely.
A very big one, actually.
Okay, and what do you want to do there?
I want to find out if there's any way to talk to spirits, disembodied spirits. Tell them what's going on. See if there's a way to actually communicate with them besides a spell, because there's no clerical spell that'll actually talk to a ghost.
Well, usually, well, I guess it depends on the ghost. Usually spirits, like active spirits, can communicate, right? There are the mindless undead, but then there are the undead who have intelligence, and they can usually communicate with the living if they so choose. If the spirit is inactive, such as a corpse or something, there's of course magic such as Speak with Dead. You could try something like that.
Correct. This is it looks like a living corpse. I say a ghost. There's no physical body. It seems to have been a bartender at a place that we've acquired recently.
Interesting. Have you tried just talking to it?
Tried. We're not really getting far. That's why I was hoping for a better method of communication.
Totally metagaming here. Totally metagaming. The thing understands everything we say, and it responds when it wants to. Anyway.
By writing in dust.
Which is effective. this shopkeeper is saying the same thing, or this Templar, whatever. This
To be fair, he
priest.
responded to some of my questions by throwing a plate at me. I don't know how.
Sometimes I want to throw stuff at you with the questions you ask too.
You know, it may be that the spirit does not want to communicate with you. Is that possible?
Anything is possible. I was just looking for some guidance.
Nonsense. Of course he loves us.
Well, that would be my best advice for now.
Okay.
We could, I mean, if you would like to arrange the speak with dead, we could try that.
You'd have to have something to speak with dead on. There's nothing. It's a ghost. I am an acolyte. I do know at least the spells.
Ah, yes, I see. I understand. I did not mean to insult. Then I suppose. Well, I suppose then that is the best advice I could give.
Well, perfect.
Have you
That's
tried?
all I was asking.
Ah, okay. There are those who claim to be able to speak with the spirits of the past, but I don't know how much I would trust those or not. You could maybe look up someone like that.
Good advice. Thank you.
May the light of Saloon shine upon your face. Is that right? No, it's not right. Dang it. I really gotta work my religious sayings.
Yeah,
Sounds
let
right.
the light of Saloon shine on your ass. That's because it's the moon. Isn't Saloon the moon?
Yes.
Yes.
So it should shine on your full moon there. Just let it shine right on your ass.
All right, so that's going to be about half an hour. You guys are still traveling. All right, where's your next stop, John?
Emerald Isle.
Emerald Isle, huh?
We're
let's
on
see.
Ireland?
I think
I mean, the Emerald Conclave?
Yes.
You said,
Is it a conclave or an enclave?
He does meet. I think he actually meets the Emerald Conclave. Let me see.
conclave. You
Oh.
said Isle. That's what I typed out.
I didn't type Isle. I didn't say
I
Isle.
did.
Why would I say Isle?
I'll be back,
Okay.
and
I don't
by
know,
the
'cause
time
you're
y'all are
lying.
done with this conversation,
Oh,
I'll
no,
be
it is an
back.
enclave. It is an enclave, not a conclave. All right.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. You head to where is the? We need a map or something. This is boring. Where is my Waterdeep map? Darn it! Hang on. Notes. Waterdeep map. Do. Oh man, all this setup stuff's a pain.
It's not listed on the map you gave us, so I have no clue.
Oh man, maybe it's not there. Where is my Emerald Enclave?
Quick, completely off topic question.
Yeah, good idea. Good time for it.
What?
I said, yeah, good time for it.
Okay. For Mage Hand, it says that you can use it to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door container, stow or retrieve something, or pour something out of a vial. By manipulate an object, could you like throw something?
It depends, you know. It depends.
But you can't hurdle it with enough force to do damage.
Yeah, no, but like if I threw like a glass bottle at the floor, like would I throw it with enough force to break the bottle?
Probably, right? I mean, it would break just
If
drop it
gravity
on the
would
floor.
do it.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Currently planning out my shopping trip, and I want to make sure I get useful items.
Oh, you are. Yeah, you're actually headed to the south. So the Emerald Enclave is in Falconmere. It is a. I'm gonna have to. It is a villa. Yeah, it is a villa in the southern part of the city. Got all these notes on the stuff. Good lord. Oops, here it is. Good Lord. I've never typed so many notes in my life. I've done more note taking in this for this adventure than I have in like getting my degree in college.
What ward is that in?
That is the southern ward, just north of the dock ward.
Bro, looky what I found.
Hey, more port.
Southern ward is just east of the
Morport.
dock ward.
East. What?
East.
What
Yeah.
nonsense is this?
I'm looking at the map.
You are not. Oh crap! You're right. Damn it. Why do you look at the map?
I'm not doing anything, so I'm just looking at the map.
I didn't zoom out enough. Darn it. All right, my bad. Yes, Southern Ward is on the southeast of the dock ward. Of course, it's the southernmost tip of the city. Everybody knows that.
Well, you say that, but the Sutherland clan in Scotland is in the north of Scotland, just so you know.
Well, that is not how this
Well, that's
works.
because they're drunk.
No, that's because they're the southernmost Vikings.
Oh.
They're not from Scotland. They're the Sutherlands because they're the southern Vikings.
Still drunk.
You know that the Vikings were
yes.
really far north when the furthest south Vikings were Northern Ireland.
Scotland. Northern Scotland.
Scotland,
And that-
sorry, my bad.
And that is my clan, in case anybody cares.
All right. So you head down. Oh. All right. As you are
Donuts.
going down, Imani, you are headed down and you take a shortcut through a less traveled street and you come out into like sort of a broader street and you see before you something that takes you as a moment to sort of realize what's going on. There is a hooded figure and their back is to you and you can't really make out much in the way of their features. But you see that on the corner here, there is
You just got
there
1,000
is
bits for you.
woman who is standing there and you see her convulsing. And this figure, you see the quick glimpse of a bloodied blade that the figure is putting back under its cloak. The figure is taking off, running down the street, and the woman stands there, clutching this grievous wound in her back and side, and collapses to the ground, bleeding out.
Healer. Cast Cure Light Wounds.
Why didn't I know that was going to happen?
Oh.
You surely should have.
Seemed pretty obvious to me.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say that she bled out too quickly.
Everybody knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, my first thought was, okay, so John has the choice to heal her or so he's just going to heal her. No, it's
All
just
right.
one choice.
So the figure takes off, is lost in the crowd quickly. You cast Cure Light Wounds on the sea, and the passersby that are around you actually look down, and you hear, "You stop! What are you doing to that woman?" And the crowd quickly sort of kind of gathers around. He's like, "Grab him! He's attacking her!" And a couple of these guys actually run over and kind of jump on you, trying to like restrain you.
Well,
I'm trying to heal her, and
Yeah,
it's grappling now at this point.
That's initiative. That's
That's initiative.
Yeah, that would be an issue. So yeah, you have gotten your heal off. Okay, so you
Oh,
get your,
then that's
yeah.
fine.
So you heal her, and they kind of grab you, and you're not going to fight them.
No, I've
right.
just healed this lady.
She actually is healed, fully healed, and from that, in fact, and she kind of looks up and she seems confused. She sees you, she looks, and then she kind of sits up and she's like, wait, and she's a human woman. She's got very sharp, skinny but sharp, angular features in her face. She's well dressed, not like a noble, but she's well dressed. And she kind of looks up and she says, wait, no, I believe this man helped me, No, but did he attack me? Did you? Someone stabbed me from behind, and I felt myself. But now I'm fine. This is very confusing.
Yes, because the light of Saloon has healed you.
All right, Amani, make me a persuasion check. Let's see if you can convince these people that you didn't actually kill her.
Well, it's hard to
This is
say
what,
I killed her.
episode
She's
6?
answering.
Or
Episode 6, we already have somebody about to go on trial.
all right, so not bad. She says yes, and she kind of reaches back. She says, I felt the pain, but there is and her hand is bloodied, but she kind of feels more, and she says, but this is the wound. There is no wound there. Perhaps he is telling the truth. We should let the city guard figure this out. And not long after that, a small patrol actually runs up, and they kind of clear the crowd, and they thank the citizens that grabbed you, and you're sort of held at sword point, and they ask you what happened here.
I saw this poor lady get stabbed and started convulsing, so I healed her.
And they look to her, is this true? And she says, I cannot be sure. I know that I was indeed stabbed, but there is no wound. And, well, this man did stay, and it seems that he was trying to help. And they say, so who stabbed her? Tell us about this person.
Somebody in a cloak. I saw a dagger. I saw this woman hold her hand to her back, blood everywhere. They ran that way. I stopped to heal her before she bled out.
She says, yes, this does make sense. I am prosecuting. No. I understand. Well, friend, it appears you're right. I can't go into details, but I am currently prosecuting a case. It's a sort of high-profile case involving the gangs here in town. I can imagine that the gang's not happy about this and perhaps sent an assassin out to do away with the prosecutor. It seems I owe you a debt.
Waterdeep has lawyers and prosecutors.
Yeah, civilized.
There's a court system. It's sort of,
I did not know that bit.
well, Waterdeep. So this is the interesting thing that I've been thinking about a little bit, right? Is that Waterdeep is whatever we make it out to be. So what I want to do is make it super interesting.
Are there televisions?
There are not televisions, but I want to make it super interesting. So anytime we
We
come up
could make televisions.
Well,
No.
there are scrying
We want it to
crystals.
stay interesting.
yeah, anytime we come up with cool ideas for things to implement, I want to implement those. We had one of those last week, and I wanted to. Oh, I might still follow up on this again. I don't know about like the copyright idea. That's an interesting thing that does not exist in Waterdeep proper, but.
Imagine how much money we could make by starting up a copyright firm.
How would that work? How would you get that to work? How would you enforce it? How could you do that? That's a thing, a concept maybe we could just create. You could create in Waterdeep. See what I'm saying?
We're gonna
Concept's
we're gonna
easy.
invent intellectual
We take
property.
money. we take your money and we put it to the side to pay to the Assassin's Guild for the one that breaks the copyright.
That's up to you guys how you want to try to implement that. You see
And
what
now
I'm
we've got
saying?
our first lead on the Assassin's Guild.
So so she says John's on the phone. All right, so we will cut back to you guys. So you guys are done at the Guild Sweepers, and you guys are what's next?
Heading to the
I have a shopping list.
Arcane Guild.
All right, shopping list. Is there anything on your shopping
right.
list that's special that I care about?
And oil for the
I need
door.
oil, grease, a lot of cloth, some wooden stakes, not even like stakes, just some like wooden stuff that you could make a torch with.
All right.
I need a backpack. If I can't find a bag of holding, I want some sort of like backpack or knapsack.
Yeah. So is this
and
all
I
stuff that you
need
could
some
just
lanterns and
Well,
matches.
We
is
could
this all
go
stuff
to
you can just look up on the player's handbook and like get the prices and just buy them?
Let me grab my handbook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why don't you do
that's-
that? Just basically, you can kind of find anything, any mundane item you want. You can 100% find at 600 different places in Waterdeep. So if it's a mundane item, then just buy it, take the gold off, and we'll skip.
I just want to make sure that I can do this in like downtime, right? I can like use items and like craft stuff, right?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's
Like
that's
if I
all.
have like wood and cloth, I can like wrap the wood and coat it in oil and make a torch.
You can just buy torches
Just buy
for
torches.
super dirt ass fucking cheap.
Okay, yeah,
Torches
I can
are
buy torches. I just
super
want to make
dirt
sure that's
ass
like
fucking cheap. Just go buy
Yeah,
like.
I know. I just want to
10,000
make sure
torches.
that's like a thing that you're able to do.
This
Just-
should sort of be offline discussion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
for
if
sure,
okay.
for
Any-
sure. Read the player's handbook.
just-
any
making
mundane,
sure.
any mundane item
got-
you want, just anytime you want to. If you're in town and we're not like on a time clock, like in combat or something, just buy it. Take the gold off your character sheet.
Can we buy things from Aurora's whole realms catalog?
I don't know. What does that mean, Chris? Are they
So-
mundane items?
They're not magical.
Are they mundane?
Sure, they're mundane.
I don't believe you. Give me an example.
Like
John says no. Okay, sorry.
Necklace of fireballs.
well, no, like let's see.
Just to
I'll
be
give you
clear,
an example.
mundane as a
You're
definition.
talking the gnomish stuff.
Well, there's the gnomish stuff, or
Yeah,
Mundane means lacking interest or excitement. Dull.
oh well, then nothing I do is mundane.
Okay, then.
Exactly. So you can just everything that you wanted to add to your character is not mundane.
Wait, I actually have a Google Doc full of like mundane magic items that are almost
Look, it's
completely
magic.
useless.
Look, Josh. If
Let me
it's
give you an
mundane,
example. Right?
Potion of healing.
Earmuffs that make you completely deaf when you wear them.
that's called a cursed item.
That's not mundane.
Elroth.
All right. A mirror that allows you to see what you would look like if you gained 50 pounds.
Not mundane.
That is mundane. Actually,
No, it's
That-
not. It's not interesting. I mean, it is
All right.
interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
No, that's
So-
not interesting. So I give him the mirror. The earmuffs that makes you completely deaf. That's actually going to prevent you from like suffering damage from a deafening spell or something. So like blah 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 blah. So the earmuffs don't count. The mirror that makes you see what you look like when you're fatter. I mean, you can buy you can buy the mirror or just wait 10 years.
A throwing axe that when you throw it, it screams how far you threw it.
Can we actually get to the
I'm on the fence
actual?
on that one.
I'm
Focus
just
on
going to
the
link
game?
y'all this Google Doc and y'all
That's-
can take
I
a
don't-
look at it
really
later.
don't.
I'm on the
Yeah, we
fence
don't-
on that one. That is pretty. That is.
I
actually
have like 20 or
Alright.
30 items
Yeah,
on here, which I
we-
think are pretty hilarious.
Okay,
So-
that's cool. Good, great for Discord chat.
Yeah, so I'm going to link it for y'all.
Oh, it's great.
So,
Discord
so
chat.
Roy, just for example, things that are in Aurora's whole realms catalog are things like marionettes, masks, drums.
Do you
This
want
is all
these
bard
things?
stuff. Stilts.
Do you
If I
want
wanted
these
to buy a
things?
pair of stilts.
Stilts are cool.
Yeah, we can go over the whole list if you guys want. We could spend the rest of this
No.
session just going over the list of items, and
No, I was just you asked for
Gonna get
examples.
mundane
actually.
really fast.
yeah, this whole game is now mundane. All right, so items. I don't care. I feel like that's sort of self-explanatory. If it's an item that's going to affect the game in some significant way, let me know. If it's stuff like I want to buy torches and lanterns, I don't care.
Thank you.
Even if it's like stilts, sure, that's cool, right? Like I don't care. Buy them. It's stuff like that. If it's stilts are mundane, fine. I'll take it. They're slightly interesting. Mundane might be a little strong for them, but I don't care. Anyway, let me know. If you think there's a question and about a specific thing you want, let me know. Otherwise, just buy it.
Yeah,
I sure
I'm
will.
mostly just interested in that bag of holding. That's really the only non-mundane
That's
item.
not mundane. That's
Yeah.
That's,
Well, that'll be a downtime activity. Yeah, magic items are completely different. So, Imani, you are with this woman, and she says that... Oh, shit. No. Don't hit the close button. Sorry. All right, you guys can talk about mundane stuff again.
Oh, good. Because
The prices in this book seem ridiculous. 2 gold for a glass bottle.
look, that's what the
Yeah.
price. Have you ever
Glass
blown
is hard,
glass?
man.
Have you ever blown glass?
Did you
Of
see
course,
some of
everybody.
the stuff? You know,
When's the
some of
last time
the
you-
items are 25 gold for an instrument.
When's
It's
the last time
1,000
you-
gold for a spyglass.
Hey,
Yes.
Elrock.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
high
right.
technology.
Yes.
When's the last time you went to the Renaissance Festival?
2 weeks ago.
Did you go buy the glass blower?
Yeah.
Did you watch the whole show, or did you just go buy?
I've watched that show like 6 times. I didn't watch it. Actually, my girlfriend
Yeah.
milked a goat instead. Got pictures. It was pretty cool.
She was sending you a message that
It
you
was
Practice?
no, it was like
She
right next.
milked
There's
the
like the
goat,
glass
you were
blowing
blowing
thing,
glass.
and there's
Dude,
a
totally-
dude that like handles the goats and everything. And they had a sign that said,
child.
"Come here at 2 p.m. if you want to milk a goat." And we
Poor
got
child.
there in the morning, and she was hell bent on milking a goat. And by God, did she milk a goat at 2 p.m.
and you totally missed that message. Josh, are you fucking kidding me?
The milking a goat message?
Yes.
All right. Pause.
Moving right along, says Dad.
Oh no, I'm moving along because I'm ready to continue now. The
Dad's ready to continue. Oh, yep.
Good.
Alphabetized. Okay, so she says, yes. Well, it appears I do owe you a great debt. Thank you, cleric of
Amani Della.
Imani Deller. Yes, indeed. Well, if you're ever in need of legal services, please do not hesitate to seek me out. I am Yishel Samal, and well, I suppose I owe you one.
Yeah, type that one in the text too, because
Oh.
there's no way in hell I'm going to screw that one
Yeah,
right.
probably not.
It's easy. It sounds like you shall see them all.
All right. That's the name. Yishel Samal. All right. So you continue on down to the so you get to the Falconmore Estate. It's a villa down in the southern ward. A nice place. It is a let's see. It's a noble villa. The villa encloses these fabulous gardens. The buildings are covered with moss and ivy. And this place is obviously old money. And you approach, and the person you need to talk to is Lord.
Yeah, did the cat even give me a name? Or the creature, I should say?
Yes, Melanor Fellbranch. This adventure wears me out. There are like 6,000, literally like 6,000 names, and I make up. Oh, it's insane. Anyway, so you get there and you inquire after Melanor Fellbranch, and they say, the groundskeeper, indeed. Well, yes. So
I guess go see me at Groundskeeper. It's a fancy place.
All right, so you are introduced to a half elf, and he greets you, says, so you are the healer from the brawl in Troll Skull, or in the Yawning Portal.
That is correct.
Well, I'm glad you've accepted my help. You are the kind of soul my organization could use in its ranks.
And what is your organization and what do they do?
Well, surely you've heard.
Those are the real questions.
Surely you have heard of the Emerald Enclave.
Very vaguely.
Yes, we are a group who seek to preserve the balance. In this city, we are a group who seek to preserve the balance in Waterdeep, the balance between good and evil and between nature and the city itself. Yes, I know, we're in a city, but there is plenty of nature to be found, as you can see, even in this small garden. Those like yourselves who would reach out to a stranger and help and heal, those are exactly the kind of people that we would want in our organization.
Sounds like an interesting proposition.
I think it is. I think you'll find there are many, many advantages to being part of the Emerald Enclave. I would offer you membership, and there is, well, let's call it an
Initiation fee?
not an initiation fee so much as an interview. I have a certain problem that I could use to be solved. And perhaps you could solve this problem for me. And if you can, then I would welcome you into the Emerald Enclave.
I guess I'd have to hear what this problem is.
Ah, well, this problem is right up your alley. There's a scarecrow brought to life, and it's terrorizing farms. It's been killing livestock and terrifying the farmers. No person's died yet, so the city guard doesn't think it's a priority. The latest report came from the Stoutfellow farm. Perhaps you could investigate there and handle the scarecrow problem for us before there is a loss of life.
I will talk to my party about this. Can you tell me where this farm would be?
The Stoutfellow farm is out of Undercliff. Undercliff is sort of the east side of town, kind of the northeast side of town. It's actually this big bluff, and it's a big cliffside, and then it stretches out into plains, and that's called the Undercliff for fair reasons. You can find the Stoutfellow farm out in the Undercliff. Can I trust that you will handle this task?
I will go see what I can do about it.
Ah, excellent. Very well then.
Is there any particular person I talk to at the Stockfellow farm?
You misspelled Yashi. Hang on. Yashel. There you go. I'm sure any of the stout fellows will be able to talk to you about the problem.
I will see what I can do about it.
Ah, well, excellent, excellent. Thank you. I look forward to hearing back on you. Please do not tarry. This problem could be, well, I would hate to see anyone actually killed from this. Thank you.
You're most welcome. I'll talk to my party shortly on it. Thank you.
All right. So, let's see. By the time you get down there, you guys are all headed back up. The three of you guys headed back to, let's see. Okay, who's going anywhere besides back to Troll Skull Manor?
I'm going to stop at the neighbor before I hit Troll Skull Manor.
Me.
The neighbor. All right, Chris, what do you want to do?
I was planning on going to the Arcane Guild.
Arcane Guild? The Guild of Magisters and Protectors?
Yeah, that.
All right.
Because I wanted to see if they had a line on any...
Actually, it's the Order of Magisters and Protectors.
The Order of Magisters and Protectors.
I think, yeah. If they have any what?
Mediums.
Mediums.
Yeah. Not small, not large. Mediums.
All right.
More
specifically, you dabble in spirits, right?
Discord. You kept in Discord saying not small and not large, and until you said it in person just now, I didn't realize.
And you make fun of me for being the dumb one. Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew what Chris was talking about when he was saying that.
For a lot of things, I've never, ever, ever, ever called you dumb.
Well, we
You're
don't know that for sure.
Smart dude, and I would never call you dumb. You're young, and you make really ridiculous young person statements, but you've never ever been dumb.
All right. So what are you trying to find specifically?
A medium, someone who can speak and interact with spirits.
A person who can interact with spirits. All right. Okay, they can put you in touch with a person. What are you looking for specifically? Someone who can contact relatives that have been deceased?
No, like a spirit that, let's say, is inhabiting an old tavern.
Yes. Okay. Then, well, have you tried talking to it?
Yeah. Yes, we have. And with some success. But if I could have someone who can actually see and speak to it directly, that would kind of hurry things along.
Okay, then very well. That would be fun. Okay, let's say that yes, we can put you in touch with someone. This is at the Troll Skull Tavern. So look at the directions and it'll say we will send over our finest medium, or someone who claims at least that she can speak with spirits.
Well, we'll find out pretty quickly.
All right. So you get that, and then you are headed back to Troll Skull Manor.
Maybe. Let me go through my list of things I wanted to accomplish.
All right, Imani. Anything else you needed to do?
I was given the name from
Old Lady Gladys.
Yep, Gladys, the old dame, 3 generations in her house.
Dude, I know so much. This is like I know more about this place than I do about probably any place in the real world. This is insane. Okay, yeah, she's like a neighbor. You can go knock on the door if you want.
Definitely.
Okay, the small child. You open the door, and the small child opens the door. Yes.
Yes, I'd like to see talk to Miss Gladys, please.
Granny Gladys.
Yes.
Okay.
But for the record, Gladys was my grandmother's name.
Oh, interesting. All right, he shuts the door. This.
That's not my password or any of my clues for any of my passwords.
I don't believe you. I'm still trying it.
Give it up. Give it up, all you hackers.
So the door opens and this old lady sort of comes out. Not super old, but she's human.
Old.
And she says, "Yes. I don't know you."
No, Dame Gladys. I am Amani Deller. We've just recently purchased the Troll Skull Manor.
Troll Skull, that old haunted place?
Yes, I was hoping you could tell us maybe something about what might be haunting it.
Haunting it? A ghost? Ghosts?
Yes, there is definitely a ghost.
All right, there you go.
But I was hoping maybe you have been around here long enough that you may have knew who it was before it was a ghost.
Well, the word is that the ghost. I don't know. Word is that the ghost was a bartender that worked there.
Can you tell me anything else? Maybe a name if you can remember?
The name?
Yep.
I do know the name. The bartender's name was Leaf, I believe.
Leaf, leaf, as in a tree?
I think it was just a LIF.
Oh,
Leaf.
okay.
Yeah.
Did you happen to hear what happened to him? I mean, why would he be a ghost?
Word on the street is that he worked himself to death.
Oh my goodness.
That it's commitment to the job, isn't it? Isn't that crazy? You don't have that kind of work ethic like that anymore. The kids these days, they just want to get out there and then they want to quit and they don't really want to have to work. This is the kind of guy who works himself to death. I tell you.
Well, we were looking at reopening that tavern for the local neighborhood.
Reopening the tavern. Now,
Yeah.
don't you come bringing in any loud bands and noises and all that loud music in there. You hear me? I am
No,
not.
just
This
good
is a quiet little alley now, and I intend to make sure it stays that way. You hear me, young man?
Yes, ma'am. I just plan to have some great food and place for the bridge club. It'll be great.
Oh, one of those kinds of play. Oh, okay. Well, then that sounds like it might be okay. All right. Well, it's good to see at least some young people still have some respect for their elders and for quiet and peace in the neighborhood.
Definitely.
All right. Good. Well,
thank you for discussing Miss Gladys.
yeah,
That may help us talk with Leaf.
You said your name was Manny? what?
Imani.
Imani. Sorry. The old ears, I gotcha. All right. Well, I look forward to having some food and playing some bridge in your nice place there.
As soon as we get it up and running, I'll come get you.
All right, excellent.
Nice little bridge lounge.
Good job, John. You have, you gain +1 reputation with old Lady Gladys.
For now, until it becomes a -10.
Yeah.
If she's anything like my actual grandmother, +1 reputation is huge.
No, +1 in this game isn't much.
No, with Gladys. +1 with Gladys?
Well, in my game, the scale
Her
is
max
10.
reputation is like 3.
No, the max is 10. So out of a scale of 10, you have 1. So 1 means they basically know you. Probably, like, they'd recognize your face. Probably wouldn't remember your name. You need at least a +2 before they'll even remember your name. Really. Talk to her about the.
I have some really, really good stories about my cantankerous battle axe of a grandmother who everybody would respect because you had to.
Yeah, I hear you. That is good happy hour talk and great for Discord.
Fine.
Okay, head back.
All right, so you guys. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I have my final items and everything like that. I added them all to my inventory and I took out all the gold that I spent on them.
Perfect. All right, well done.
Lots of flammable items.
Oh, Lord. All right, so you guys get back to Troll Skull. It is late in the evening at this point. You have been out. You've spent the day. Anything else you want to get done this night?
How much
Isn't it at this point?
How much what?
How much would be like, say, a ton of ale or something that I could carry, a cask of ale?
Oh, yeah, you can get a cask of ale. What's a cask of ale cost? Lord.
I don't know if it has that under items.
5
or
gold.
something. 5 gold. I'll take it.
All right, 5 dragons, sorry.
Sold. Bring it and put it behind the bar.
Oh, look at that. I was right. Holy smoke, according to some random internet site.
5 gold. 5 gold. So you put that behind the bar at Troll Skull or at Saloon or at Emerald Enclave? Which bar?
Our bar.
Our bar.
The R bar.
There's a place here called the R bar. Was a place called the R bar.
And that's
that's
kind of like the setup question for, do you know what a pirate's favorite letter is?
C.
You'd think it's the R, but it's the C is its first love. Anyway, carry on.
But he said,
All right, I totally meant to ruin that joke for you.
yeah. So you have to finish the punchline. Either way, you do the punchline.
What?
You think it's the C, but it's actually the R.
No.
Either way, they can't win.
Chris got no. I allow winners in my game.
I don't. Well, sorry. Got bad
In
news
my
for
game,
you.
Chris won. Chris got the right answer.
Got bad news for you. All right.
I would just like to point out, upon research not on a random website, but using the actual player's handbook and finding out how many gallons of ale are in a cask, it would actually be 1.8 gold for a cask of ale. There are 9 gallons in a cask, and each gallon of ale is 2 silver pieces.
Really?
I'm
I
saving
don't
us
think I
3
needed to
gold,
knew that.
guys. That's
No,
we need.
it's still 5
we
gold,
need
though.
it.
I don't think I needed to know that.
The barrel is worth 2 gold alone, Elroth.
Sure. Anyway,
that still
5
saves
gold.
us 1 gold.
It's still 5. No,
The
it's
barrel,
5
the
gold.
barrel has a recycle value.
I've
We'll
already,
just call it-
I've already just, I get to just say whatever.
Well,
I want.
when we refill the barrel, can it only cost 2 gold?
No.
Yes.
I'm trying to save us money.
All right,
so
let's
that
go
we
over-
can get the Dung Sweepers Guild in here.
Let's
and
go over
have
the
them
basics of
clean.
Dungeons and Dragons, and let's talk about the role of the dungeon master and the weight of his words. Let's go over to D&D 101. I kid. So the door is getting fixed now.
Yes, I have one of the items that I bought was some oil. I could
Okay.
not find grease as an item in D&D, so I just got extra oil. So I've got 6 pints of oil. Figure one of those gotta work.
Yeah. Okay. So you can pretty easily oil the door and at least fix the creaky door.
Yes, I would
Okay.
like to do that.
Done. And now the door opens and closes fairly quietly. Just a. But it's more like scraping the wood
Do we
at
know?
this point.
Do we know what his name is at this point? Is it safe to assume that Amani told us? Like we're all.
We don't
backed
know
up
that
and-
it's a he or she. That's for sure. We don't know male or
Leaf.
female.
I guess Leaf could be male or female.
I'm
Yeah.
going to go with Master Leaf and leave it at that. If it's wrong, I'm sure the
I like
ghost will
that.
throw a plate at my head.
I'll let
I will
you
be
say it
happy.
first,
All
and
right.
then I'll follow suit.
So
I'll
what's
be
the-
happy that it stops trying to trip me up and move my chair out from under me.
So you guys, you fixed the door, and you guys are here, and the sun is setting on another day in Waterdeep.
Well, as we go in, Master Leaf, we have brought ale for the bar.
Intermission. Perfect time for intermission. Suspense. Like, what's going to happen next? Intermission.
Do you need to?
We're 5 minutes off.
Do you need to go right now?
My drink's been empty for a long time.
Well, let me give it. I'm in the middle of a conversation here.
Okay, fine.
Thanks. All right. So you come in and you put the cask behind the bar, and
That's suspense. What's going to happen? What's going to happen when the... Fine, you just answer the question, and then we'll go to a boring intermission. You
Maybe
haven't
something
learned-
will like. Maybe we end this session with him exploding a cask. Wouldn't that be?
He
more
hasn't learned
suspenseful?
anything from watching The Voice or any, like,
the
to be
down-
continued.
Maybe we should
Yeah,
just let him finish.
I don't need that many commercials.
He wants to answer the question right now and let everybody have some catharsis before we go to a commercial break.
the downside of online
What
D&D
happens? What happens when we
is that you
set the
can't
cask behind the
throw
bar?
stuff at people to get them to shut up. Like,
And you can't
I mean,
gag them either.
he lives
You can. You
close
can
enough to where you could drive to his house.
yeah, but I could just mute people. I could just do that. Isn't that better? Isn't the stream so much better now? Like, isn't that just like? All right.
Magic.
So now, oh yeah, okay. So now the stream is we're gonna get a lot more done now. Now that I've got the mutes set up.
This is the 25 word limit.
We're gonna get-
Here
oh,
we
that's
go.
true. Oh, all right. Yeah, that's right. So every time, and it's cool because like if Elliot's just talking, right, we could just keep smiling and nodding while he's muted. Just give him this. See, he doesn't know he's muted right now. He thinks we can hear him, and that's like it's beautiful. See, he's talking and nobody's hearing anything. It's great.
Oh, says it right there. Super.
All right.
Okay,
the funny-
we
fine.
put the
The funny
cask
thing
of
is-
ale behind the bar.
The funny thing is when he mutes me, a screen.
Sorry. Okay. Fine. So you set the cask behind the bar. Dun dun dun. Find out
So
what
it
happens.
says whenever he mutes me that I'm muted by the host.
That's not as fun, but fine. Find out what happens when the cask gets set behind the bar after this commercial break. We'll be back.
Can't stand this group.
definitely had shenanigans called.
Oh yeah, shenanigans are called. And we are back from break quicker than I thought we'd be. Very exciting. All right. So we're moving. The cask of ale is set upon the back of the bar. And you guys wait nervously. Moments tick by.
What
Start
is this, a
digging
horror
through
campaign?
rubbish for some clean glass. Well, some glasses.
When suddenly, the front door
Whoa.
opens and closes.
Noiselessly.
And opens and closes.
Noiselessly. See, the sound changed. It used to be. Now it's.
Oh. And it's the spirit.
Mhm.
It's the spirit opening and closing the door.
Sound effects
Welcome,
are awesome.
Master Leaf.
It's
And all is silent for several moments, and several moments go by, and a chair moves over to bump into Elroth, except it doesn't bump you. It's just sort of set next to you, behind you,
I
in
sit
fact.
in it.
The chair,
I sit in it. I say thank you.
no response, but the chair remains.
I get up. Can I like inspect the chair, see if there's anything wrong with it?
Just a chair. But this is the
Normal
first time
chair?
that something.
I grab another chair and I pull it up right next to mine, and I sit in mine and I beckon for him to come sit in the other one.
Okay. There's just a chair sitting next to you. Nothing happens.
So I look around and look for anything broken or damaged that it would be super easy for me to fix or clean or whatever.
All right. Like what? You tell me what you find.
I mean, you're the dungeon master. You
I
keep
am.
bragging about
I could just make something up, but it's more fun when you make it up.
it. Okay,
I wanna
fine. So look, I go behind the bar and I just take a wet cloth and I just clean everything behind the bar.
Wow. All right. So you're cleaning the bar. You've got.
I want to set up one of the tables, and I want to start wiping down the tables and then sweeping up around the place.
All right. So you guys are going to spend the evening cleaning the bar, or start. I mean, there's.
The tavern area, and we start. Yeah, actually, we just kind of just start, almost maniacally cleaning everything and making this into just a really nice bar area.
All right. So there are many hours of work down here, like probably days of work to actually clean the bar. Because I mean, you have there's like broken things that need to get taken out. There's repairs, so there's part of that. It would take 10 days, right? So it's like the whole manor is 20 days worth of work to fix, to clean.
So we don't spend 10 days, but we spend the hours. We do just spend a solid night of cleaning, fixing, running, just repairing, like anything that, like the low fruits, the low hanging fruit.
All right.
Bending, etc.
So tonight then, no dishes are thrown at you tonight.
Once we finish for the night, I own a playing card set, and I'm going to go up to one of the tables, and I'm gonna the table's all nice and neat now since we've been cleaning and everything, and I'll pull up one chair on one side and my chair on the other side. I'm gonna pull out my set. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Leaf, wherever you are, you want to come play some cards?" I set the cards on the table and lay them out to play Go Fish.
All right, the cards stay on the table. Oh, Josh, inspiration for fixing the door, by the way.
Woo!
I know, Chris. Sorry.
I'll give it. I'll give an honorable inspiration for Chris as the thanks.
Also, explain to the party about the request from Mellerin, whatever his name is. Let's see.
Oh, Josh has 3 inspiration. Okay. All right. So what's the
ready.
plan? So tonight,
So nothing happens with the cards?
Nothing happens with the cards.
All right. I'll pick them back up and I'll say, okay, another night. It's been a long night of cleaning, and I pick them back up.
Yeah, you guys are tired and dirty, and you feel like dung sweepers. But the bar is, at least the small area in here, is noticeably clean. You can kind of push the clutter out to the sides into other rooms or stuff like that. most of the trash and debris and stuff you can kind of move out, clean up the bar area. So it's a still kind of grungy, but better, less grungy sort of area in the bar. So fine.
There's method to the chaos.
Yeah. So what's the plan? What is like the plan for, you guys have a couple of, Imani has this task with the Scarecrow. You guys have committed yourselves tomorrow to protecting the dung sweepers for a 10-day, starting tomorrow.
I'm really set on befriending Leaf. I don't know how.
Well, I mean, you're taking steps.
I'm just so desperately lost with befriending him.
Yeah, it might be a tough, but relationships sometimes just take time.
So I think for now, I'm gonna go up to the 3rd floor, not the master bedroom, but the other bedroom across from the master bedroom, and I'm going to just start really cleaning that particular space up and trying to make that space my own.
You're staying up, so that's your sort of downtime activity. Okay, fine.
Yeah. So tonight I'm going to the 3rd floor and cleaning up that room and one, not the master, but the one north of that.
Oh, there's my thing. Right. Let me switch to. All right. So what kind of, as far as tomorrow, what do you guys, what's the plans?
I guess we're locked in to help the dung sweepers.
I want to go talk to the guy at the Stockfellow Farm. I can't do much about the Scarecrow without the party, but I at least can do the background work. Gather information.
All right. So okay, so tomorrow, I guess then the 3 of you are gonna you're not helping the dung sweepers, Imani?
No, I've got to take care of the Scarecrow, apparently.
All right.
I'm going to, in my downtime, I'm going to do some crafting with the items that I bought. I wasn't able to find cloth, so I'm just going to use rope as a substitute. But I'm going to take my bottles and I'm going to use the cask of ale that we have downstairs. I'm going to fill each of them about halfway with some ale. I'm going to put some rope into it and then have the rope dangling out and tie off the top of it so that the
You are not
alcohol
making Molotov cocktails out of our ale.
It's
And
too
you're
bad.
also-
I already have 6 of them.
Well,
Great.
unfortunately-
It's probably not flammable.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's too low proof.
Ale's not flammable. I mean, vials of oil could work for something like that.
Could I like have like one of my extra shirts? I just tear that off and use the cloth from that instead.
I mean, the thing is, Molotov cocktails are not easily transportable. They leak, they spill all over. You can't stopper a flask of oil with a rag. Like the way that works, that the oil leaks all over the place, or the glass breaks, or something like that.
It's okay. Part of my other downtime activity is organizing my backpack to be as efficient as possible, so that I have all of my stuff like perfectly aligned, so I can just reach in and then.
Sure. I mean, in 5e D&D, the basic mechanic of flammable oil is that a flask of oil can cover an area, like a 5-foot area, and it'll burn for 2 rounds once set on fire. So, it's kind of the idea of, I guess the idea now is just throw the oil, set it on fire, some kind of way.
Sort of, but I'm trying to make it to where it sets itself on fire.
Well, you still have to light a.
That's an alchemist flask.
I can.
At 50 gold each.
Yeah, something like
And
What if I don't want an alchemist's flask? What if
The last thing you want in your backpack is an unstable explosive.
No, that's the first thing that he wants. That's the last thing you want. I think you're kind of
Elrock,
different.
look up in the player's handbook an alchemist fire, a flask. It's exactly what you're asking for. It's 50 gold apiece.
So Elliot. Apparently, I was muted during that time. Why are you cleaning my room?
I thought. Wait, no, I thought you had the master bedroom.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
No, I
That-
have the master bedroom.
That's Elroth. I took the one across the hall. The
Oh,
one
you're
that has
totally muted then. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I took the den and the second floor. Yeah, so I go clean the den and the second balcony. Yes, you're right. No, you're.
I thought you were
bad.
taking the attic.
I was going to.
Take the attic bedroom.
I was
The
gonna
attic.
take that, but then it was all like a problem, so I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Let me think
Okay.
about that. Look, so let's just say I went and cleaned my space, and let me have a second to think if it's the attic or if it's the second floor.
Sure. Because the second floor den we could actually use as meeting rooms for people.
What?
Or for us.
Okay. So, so we'll you guys can figure out the specifics
Logistics
about
later.
No, I'm gonna actually bend to Chris's will.
Okay.
The attic bedroom and the attic storage area. That's what I want for mine. So I go up to the attic and I start cleaning the attic instead of the third floor. So that's my downtime activity.
All right. So the next day dawns, and you guys are headed to do your job with the dung sweepers. So you meet Morton not long after dawn, and you guys follow them around. And he actually has a crew of 4, him and 3 other guys, and they go around, and they're quite the crew. They are colorful. They basically chit chat and tell stories to each other all day long while picking up trash and sweeping and kind of sort of cleaning up around the town. They're not a maid service per se, but they're sort of the garbage collectors of Waterdeep. You follow them around. You spend all day. They work until nearly 6 bells, nearly until dusk, and you spend the entire day, follow them around. Mostly uneventful day. You get to see and hear a lot of crazy things happening in Waterdeep, but the day goes by uneventfully by and large. Imani, you head out east, and you going east less than an hour out of town. The road takes you to you're like surrounded by these verdant fields of grass. You get to a crossroads with a simple signpost, and it basically says that the road you've coming back behind you leads to Waterdeep. The path to your left takes you to Stoutfellow Farm. Path to the right takes you to Snow Beetle, Orchard, and Meadery. And the road continues on out into the wilderness.
Well, go to Stoutfellow and let's find out what's going on.
All right, so you head down to the Stoutfellow Farm. This is everything on the farm is sort of small sized. Obviously, it's a halfling. You come up there and you greet. There's a pair of halflings, and they are getting to work in the farms. They are Mr. and Mrs. Stoutfellow run the farm. They've got a couple of hands that are hired to help out humans that seem oversized in this area, in this space. And they actually you can catch them as they're going about their chores. This pair of halflings.
I'll go introduce myself.
Okay. They sort of stop and look up, and he's like, "Oh, well, hello. I'm Jack. Hello, I'm Jack Stoutfellow, and this is my wife, Mary. Fine to meet you. How
Hello,
can we help
Mr.
you?"
Master Jack and Mistress Mary. I am Imani Deller, Meliner Fellbranch at the Falcomere Villa sent me to come see something about a scarecrow being brought to life that's been troubling you all.
Yes. Oh, you're here for. Oh, yes. Thank you. And the woman Mary something like, "Yes. Oh, thank you." And she's actually this very heavy set halfling. He says, yes. He's this guy, like, he's got this sort of perpetual tired look about him, and he sort of carries this weary grin. And he says, yes. And she sort of steps in and says, "Yes, we haven't been able to sleep for a 10-day. This thing is terrorizing us. Can you take care of it?"
I don't know. That's what I'm here to find out. Can you tell me any more about it? What it's been doing? When it started? Did you piss off somebody? What?
Well, we're just simple farmers. We don't know. I mean, there are we've got lots of scarecrows, of course, around. We do grow grapes for wine and such, but apparently some scarecrow is coming in and it's destroying our vines, it's smashing grapes. It's horrible. It's horrible. It comes in at the night.
Okay, that's strange, but okay.
I
Do you
agree.
mind if I stay here tonight to see what I can find? In one of the barns or where the orchids, wherever this normally happens, is there one orchid that does it?
It's all over. Who knows? If you can fix this, you can stay anywhere you want, friend. You come on in, make yourself at home. You can sleep in my bed if you need to, if it'll help you get rid of that scarecrow.
Okay, I guess find a good vantage point on the farm where I could see the most area and see if I could figure out any pattern to what it's destroying.
All right, yeah, you can kind of see some of the so you can kind of spend the morning kind of touring around, seeing, and there's there's a big area of vine. You guys have seen how grapevines grow with these things, and they're all torn down and thrown all around. In another place, there's actually a barrel that's been smashed and a bunch of grapes that have been in this the grape press, and the press is actually damaged in a spot. So there isn't any sort of, it just seems like this, you can kind of imagine this creature that kind of comes in, causes some damage, and then runs back out. But it's a big, or there's lots of land here. So, and it's just rolling areas. It's not like hills, so it'd be hard to kind of spot the whole farm. But you could definitely find a spot, on the farmhouse or something like that to give yourself a high vantage point if you like.
Yeah, I'd like to at least see if I can figure out if there's any pattern to this, if like this is maybe coming from Waterdeep, or see if I can trail down where it goes to, see if there's any path down. I do have survival, so if I could try to track maybe the latest way it went.
Okay,
I figure I'll
make me a tracking check. This would be pretty tough, but make me a tracking check.
15.
Yeah, that's a good roll. You're not even really sure what's doing this. You're not even really sure what you're looking for at this point for like track wise and stuff. So you don't really like you can definitely spot different areas that have been vandalized, but you're not sure. It's not like you don't see any footprints. You don't see any kind of stuff like that, paw prints or anything that.
And nothing that looks like somebody may have covered them up or something.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I want to just try to verify that this is actually a monster and not somebody posing as a scarecrow.
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
Okay, well then, sleep the afternoon, and I'm going to watch the night over this.
All right.
I don't know how much I'll do to actually interfere, but at least it'll give me a better idea what the hell we're up against.
Okay. So let's see. So you guys managed to do your first day of duty with the dung sweepers cleanly.
Duty.
You picked up duty. Downtime. Okay, so let's establish downtime activities for this week. Do I have my list of possible downtime stuff? Let's see. So I know in this 10-day, I know, Josh, you're going to be trying to track down a bag of holding, right?
A bag of holding and trying to find a way to safely carry and manage Molotov cocktails.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, you can make flasks of oil and you can pack them into a backpack and they will leak a bit, but probably not profusely. You can have the mechanism.
Well, would I be able to do something to where I could have like bottles of alcohol that are corked and sealed, and then like when I go somewhere, I can uncork them and put the cloth in it and light it and use that? Would that be possible?
Yeah.
I get that would take probably like an action or something like that.
Is that one or two actions?
Why don't you just have something on the oil and then light the rag and throw it? When it shatters, it'll do the same thing.
Because then it wouldn't be sealed in my backpack.
And
I want to make sure that it's sealed in my backpack so that it's not spilling all over everything.
No, I'm saying just take a normal flask of oil that is sealed, tie a rag
I
to
want
it,
to use,
and then just light the rag and throw the oil. That way it'll just automatically ignite when the glass shatters.
Yeah.
Flask of
couldn't
oil
you
are
just do that
designed
with
to
a
flatter.
Molotov cocktail though?
Well,
That's
you're
what
trying
I specifically have the cocktails and the oil separate because I plan to use the oil separately.
Well, Molotov cocktails are generally like gasoline, which doesn't really exist. The most.
Well, I looked it up and it said gasoline or any sort of strong alcohol.
Well,
Alchemist fire.
that even Everclear isn't really good for. It's just not. You really need like a petroleum product.
Okay. So then should I just use the oil? Then?
Well, yeah, just for the sake of simplicity.
All right.
I would say use the.
I'll just get rid of the bottles and I'm gonna convert them to flasks of oil.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
So instead of 6 flasks of oil and 6 bottles, I just have 12 flasks of oil.
Sure, that sounds good. So you can definitely sort of set them up in advance as like these flammable things. So if you had, let's say mechanically that if you have like an open flame nearby and you have these guys set up, then you could light them as a interaction and then throw them as the attack. That's fine.
So my current thing with the flame is I was trying to work out some way to be able to have like something that I could carry around.
Right.
The only thing I found was a tinder box.
Well, mechanically, so this is where, just if we can imagine this, right? The idea of using a tinder box to light a fire on a flask and then throw the flask, that's probably several actions or something like that, right?
Well, the tinder box requires one action.
Right. And so mechanically taking something out of your backpack is an action, and then lighting it, we could call an interaction. If there's like a torch, like if you have a torch, like you have a torch just sitting nearby, right? And you have a flask in your hand, then that's easy, right? You have a flask in a flask in hand, you have a torch nearby, you light it with the torch, you throw it as your attack. That's an easy one action thing, right? But if you got to fetch it out of your backpack, and especially if it's packed in your backpack so as to be not broken, that's like an action. Searching your backpack is mechanically an action in D&D 5e.
Would it be reasonable to say that I've got lanterns as well? Would it be reasonable to say like one of them is always lit and I could just like reach back and just light it and throw it like that?
6 hours per flask of oil to keep that lantern lit.
I mean, sure. If you want to have a lantern, I don't want to get bogged down in minutia. Like I know that that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So I mean, this is something that I'm willing to talk to you like outside of the game.
Yeah. Well, then let's do that. Let's do that because it's fine. I'm just I love the color and I want you guys to explain the color and stuff to me. But at the end of the day, I've got to adjudicate based on like the mechanics of 5e.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to find the sweet spot between like the mechanics and what I'm trying to do and find out like how I can work it into the game mechanically.
The basic mechanic of flaming oil is that you have to throw the oil, it covers a spot, and then if you set the oil on fire, it'll burn for 2 rounds and do 5 damage to anything in that area. So that's the basic mechanic. And I'm willing to tweak that a little bit if we need to, you know what I'm saying? But that's basically how flaming oil works in D&D 5e. So however you want to sort of color that or skin it, I love it, and I want that to be creative and stuff, but just recognize that the basic mechanics are going to end up being pretty close to what D&D 5e works. Is that
so? With the basic mechanics, it wouldn't be like I couldn't have like what John said and have like a cloth tied around the flask of oil and light that and throw it and it lights on fire. It would just be the oil.
No, you could do that, right? If you can just set the oil, like I said, right? Like if we can imagine, how do we fit the basic mechanic? Okay, sure. If you have a cloth tied around a flask and you have an open torch nearby, you just touch the cloth to the torch, it catches on fire, you throw the flask. That's a single action that's going to get you to that basic mechanic of a 5-foot spot of oil that burns anything in it for 2 rounds for 5 damage a round.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but again, we could tweak that a little
I will
bit.
likely from now on, like, just have a torch at the ready, like lit just in case.
Yeah, no, we can definitely go into like combat mode. And these are the things where we like, your guys are adventurers, and there's a difference when you guys sort of strolling through the city and you guys like in a dungeon in combat mode. I get that. No problem.
I presume that like when we're protecting the dung sweepers, I'm like ready at any moment to.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, and remember the whole reason that they're looking for this.
I'm not. Sometimes I'm playing music, Roy.
Oh,
to help them.
No, yeah. No, it's a
To help
boring.
them through
My
their
eyes are
workday.
always peeled for something to burn.
This was like the longest 10 hours of your lives. Like, are you kidding me? All day long, sitting there waiting for something to happen, trying to be on alert. These guys are picking up garbage and telling stupid stories, and you're like sitting here waiting, just please something happen.
And all they have is shitty humor.
Oh yeah, it's like low grade. It's horrible, right? These guys are like, yeah.
And the Dung Sweeper's fun, actually.
Yeah. And
We all ignored it.
remember the background for this is that there's this big, like, the gang wars are apparently crazy, and so the Dung Sweepers are all kind of uptight because they're worried about the gangs and the gang wars that are going on in town. And so the Lords Alliance was saying, hey, we'll protect you guys, don't worry, because we're the Lords Alliance, right? And that's how you guys got wrapped up in this whole thing.
We're the Lords of Lions.
Lords of Lions. Yeah, you guys totally
Lords
talked
of
that
Lions.
up. Oh yeah, you guys totally talked that up.
I'm
They're
so
like,
happy I came up with that.
Yeah, we
By accident.
definitely
By
play
mishearing.
that card all the 10 hours. The whole
after-
10 hours.
after this
The whole
day.
10 hours. So that they start saying, no, Lords of Lions or Lords of Lions?
Oh no, they know. Yeah, they're after
Every
this
hour
first day.
on the hour.
Could you guys talk to them? You interact after this first day. These four guys, in fact, Morton, who is the apparently he's like the one of the leaders of the Dung Sweepers Guild. He's like the scheduler. He schedules teams and stuff like that. But he still works on a team, and he is convinced that you guys are actually the Lords of Lions. Like he's been getting the Lords Alliance thing wrong all these years. He thought it was like some Lords Alliance. Turns out it's actually you guys, and you are the Lords of Lions, and you guys are actually what everyone's talking about. So he's telling
He's got it.
So the Dung
He's
Sweepers
got it right. This
Oh, yeah.
is what we've been striving for.
The Dung
guys.
Sweepers
we
Guild
finally got it.
For a whole
is
session.
officially getting converted to the Lords of Lions. The at the taverns, the message will spread.
Guys, we're gonna get so much work.
And the Dung Sweepers, of course, go everywhere in town. So we'll see.
Yeah,
how
hopefully
these
they're
10
gonna
hours
start
work.
I'll
correcting
cheers to that
people.
with my Elsa cup.
Oh God, you guys are gonna start a whole new faction in this town. Jesus.
And the other faction that sounds way close to ours is gonna be like, hey, y'all can't take our name, and we're just gonna be like, well, this is our name, you can't take ours, and we're gonna get into a faction war.
Well, maybe.
Yes, because that's what we want—a faction war with the actual Lords Alliance.
Yeah, good idea. Go start a war with the Lords who have infinite resources.
Right.
Hey,
They are like 600 years
Do they
old.
have 4 torches and a desire to burn?
Yes.
We're not actually going to start a war, young Padawan, but we are.
No, of course we aren't.
But we are going to use the fuck out of this confusion to market our bar.
Oh man, this is awesome. All right, so day 1 goes by uneventfully. Tonight, you guys sleep well. You're dirty and stinky, but you sleep well.
Before we go to bed for this night,
Yeah.
Once again, I set up the cards to see if Thief wants to play.
Keep watch for the scarecrow at the farm.
And I do a little bit more work.
Yeah, I don't know how Leaf would play cards exactly.
Well, he's able to pick up coins
And throw
and manipulate
plates.
those. I figure he's able to pick up cards.
Can
Well, go
write in
fish.
dust and throw plates. I'm sure Leaf
How does-
can do actually anything.
He could, but how would he play Go Fish?
He would just
Oh.
hold up the card that he wants me to match.
Oh yeah.
I have a very distinct advantage in
Go
our
fish.
games of Go Fish.
Yeah,
but-
go
You
fish.
do,
is
or he
actually-
does?
Go
well,
fish is
actually, no, I wouldn't.
No,
Go
because
Fish
you
is
can look
easy
over your shoulder.
Because normally you have to ask for a card, right, verbally, but he can just show the card that he wants to ask for. And he understands me, so if I ask verbally, he knows what I'm saying and can hand me the right card.
Or how does he signal he doesn't have that card?
I can
He
tell him, I
she,
can explain. I'll
Because
be
we
like,
don't know if it's a he or a
um,
she.
if you don't have the card that I ask for, simply put your cards flat on the table.
They're already flat on the table.
Well, I presume that when he starts playing, he will pick them up.
Yeah, the cards go untouched.
I figured as much, but I will try again tomorrow.
All right. Let's see. Elliot, you're still cleaning stuff.
I go up to the attic, and in all of my downtime, I make the house better. I start with my room, which is now the attic. I've determined that the den is not my spot because, as Reginald suggested, that's actually a really
the
good
attic.
meeting.
Oh God, the attic is like the roof in the attic. You can see the sky through the roof. Like the roof is rotted.
It's dreadful. It's dreadful. It's so bad. It's the
In fact,
worst.
it's covered in
ever.
mold and stuff.
It's covered in mold. It's mildewy. I slipped coming down the stairs. Everything about it stinks. It's
But the
wretched.
attic is covered. Like you've seen houses that were like covered in mold after Katrina. That's like what the attic is like.
Right. I think I'm the best.
So it's going to be that much better when he fixes it.
I think I'm the best suited for this job. I've seen the houses covered in Katrina.
All right.
This house, I bought this house that I live in post Katrina and renovated a post Katrina house.
Right. Okay, but you can't sleep in that, right?
I slept in it.
Okay, you can sleep in mold. Okay. Where's the diseases table? Hold on.
I see I'm going to be using that medicine skill quicker than I expected.
All right, so you're sleeping in mold.
Do you have all of your shots?
So let me revise it a little. I am choosing the attic as my space that I'm cleaning.
Gotcha.
And
But sleeping elsewhere.
Still sleeping in the den.
Gotcha.
On the second.
All right, so you're working on it. So okay, so here's how it's going to work. If you guys want to get this place fixed, it's going to cost. It would take a crew of people 10 days to come in here and do this. 1,250 gold worth of stuff. Every 10 day that you spend doing your own work in there to try to like sort of help out and get that done faster, you guys are able to reduce the cost
by 1 day.
No, because you're not spending the whole day working in there. You only spend a couple of hours, really.
Yeah, we're reducing every.
Yeah, I would say it's probably more like 2 days for every 10 day that we do.
I'm saying
so mechanically. Here's how we're gonna do mechanically: is that over the course of a 10 day, we will roll. We'll make it a roll, and depending on how good the roll is, you'll reduce the cost of the renovations by something between 10 and 50 gold. So you'll do between 10 and 50 dragons worth of work over a 10 day yourself, if that's what you want to do in your off time.
So that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
And look, my goal isn't to do this without help, but we haven't already contracted help. And once you explain that the rates were reasonable and all that, and you're trying to build a mechanic in. So I don't have anything else right now that I want to do as a character.
Okay.
So I'm just using that energy and that downtime to do that.
All right. Yeah, that's perfectly good. I just want to give us a sense of the scale of things. So yes, you can do over a 10 day, you'll be able to do between 10 and 50 gold worth of renovations in a 1,250 gold renovation project. So you can definitely affect the cost by up to maybe 100 gold over 10 days, or you can do it yourself, right? If you want to do it yourself, you can do it over however many 10 days it would take you to get to that 1,250 gold mark. Does that make sense? Though you're going to need some skilled labor in there at some point, because you're going to have to like replace the roof. You're going to need the roof, and don't forget that 250 gold of that is actually guild fees for like,
and that's not recoverable. That's just sunk cost. That's just, we'll call that
exactly
sunk cost.
Like the roofers guild is going to want to fix your roof. Now you don't have to hire the roofers guild to fix your roof. That's
but we still have to pay the roofers guild if our roof gets fixed.
Or you could find somebody else to fix your roof, if you want to do that. But the roofers
guild,
they
got to answer to the roofers guild.
That's how.
Then we got to pay them.
That's how
Waterdeep
works.
Them for their trouble to answer to the roofers guild.
All right, so you're doing that. Josh, you're finding a magic item. Elliot's contributing to the house in his downtime.
Is that all of my downtime?
Your downtime.
Because I'd like to spend at least a little bit of time each evening, like downstairs, like in the bar area.
Yeah.
Kind of tidying up and just like occasionally talking out, trying to see if Leaf will interact or not.
And work with him.
The bar is already clean. Bar's already clean.
It's got
No,
the
but
bar
like
can use a
that
lot more
bar,
work
like
still.
downstairs area, right? Like, and like every night, like I wipe down the bar, right? Like you would a bartender. I basically want to be a somewhat of a bartender,
Yeah.
like just for a little bit each night, just to see if he'll interact.
Yeah, so just
then
again,
I
just to sort of
back to bed.
remember this place is basically just dilapidated. It's run down. There's debris. So you guys can do this, but there's so much work to be done. It's like I said,
I'm not trying to like completely fix the downstairs area. I'm just like maybe like one night I just like repair a chair leg or like something
sure.
like that. Like just like small tasks
Right,
each
right.
night. I'm not trying to impact the cost even.
Yep.
Mostly just like to be downstairs and get Leaf acquainted with me
All right, so tonight,
in the hopes that he'll play cards.
tonight, Imani, you roll me a perception check.
Now, I also want to add another detail, but
All right. Imani, you're muted.
Yeah, he is.
but his perception check wasn't
Perception
muted.
is good. +4? Dang.
Not that. Wait, not that good.
Yeah, but I mean, he gets +4. That's the part that I was saying that was good about it, not the 9.
The modifier is nice.
Yeah, his perception modifier is good.
The roll is like an edgelord or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess it is single digit, so that tracks.
Imani, where are you in this?
You said I see no type of relation to where the damage is or any type of
There's no kind of pattern you can put together.
I'll try to be someplace I can see the most of the area I can, but get down to the most amount of area I can. Like maybe a low roof that I could just slide down from or jump into a pile of hay from.
Okay, you got it. So you're keeping a lookout. You are disturbed as you hear this crashing sound sort of off behind you. It seems like the other side of this house that you're in, and you hear this crashing, thrashing going on, probably kind of far away from you.
Head that direction.
Okay.
Now I do have my full spell complement, correct?
Sure.
Because I have slept that night. Okay.
Okay. So you head in that direction, and you come upon a scene, and by the light of the sliver of moon that's in here, you're kind of going through, because you're in these vineyards, right?
Right.
And you're kind of making your way through these rows of grapes and such, and you come upon a scene, and in this scene it's sort of this thing of this nightmare. The moon lights upon an area of ravaged rows of these grapes. All the structures and stuff, the grapes have been pulled up, thrown about in this area. In the middle of this area is, well, what can only be described as a scarecrow, but an animated one, and it is thrashing about. And as you come into the clearing, it's holding up this bush of grapes it was about to throw, and it looks at you, and it's like, roll me initiative, Imani.
Sure. Let's see. Initiative. Ooh.
We're about to lose our cleric.
It could happen.
It could happen.
As long
I
as
haven't
you
ruled
don't
it
freaking
out.
Mold, it will probably be fine.
Oh, you win initiative. All right, so you guys are in this open field.
Big chance to run like hell.
This scarecrow is looking at you evilly. What do you do, Imani?
Run like hell.
I'm going to do a double cast.
After all my bragging about not trying to metagame.
With my bonus action, I'm throwing up a shield of faith to
both
throw
in
my
live
AC
action
to
and
20.
text.
All right.
Jesus,
Which
20. My God.
and then I'm hitting it with a guiding bolt for 4 die 6.
All right, let's see.
Let's see if I can run it off.
What did you do? Oh wait, guiding spells. What did you roll? Was that my save? Is it a?
No, that's to hit.
Ooh, that should be a hit. Oh, geez, that's an easy hit. Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
It's on a stick. Scarecrows are notoriously on a stick. It shouldn't be hard to hit.
He's actually not on a stick.
Huh?
He's not on a stick.
Scarecrows are on a stick.
No, this scarecrow at least is not on a stick. All right, so you have Shield of Faith. That is awesome. All right, so Guiding Bolt, it's just damage?
Yep. 4d6 radiant.
What?
Yep, that's my first level spell.
Is he vulnerable? No, he's not vulnerable. Resist.
Well, if he was vulnerable, this would be a quick battle.
Hang on, this guy is...
I'm hoping more to run him off.
Condition immunities. No. All right, so he's wounded for sure. All right, let me get his turn. Ooh, all right. So he actually runs at you. And as he runs at you, he looks at you and you find yourself sort of drawn into his eyes. The eye side, he doesn't have eyes, just these sort of eye holes that it has. But you're drawn in and you feel your soul sort of almost terrified. Maybe a wisdom save, Imani. Woo, okay, good. So you're like, get out of here. I'm not scared of you, bitch.
I wonder if it's undead. That would be
Okay,
good.
and it comes at you with a pair of claw attacks, though you have you have 20 armor class?
That is correct.
All right, well, this may not work out well for him. Is your armor class set at 20 right now?
Yes. I have cast it. It should have made it 20.
All right, well, we'll see. All right, let's see. So he's a claw attack. Misses, and a claw attack. All right, this thing is feeble. It's useless. It's just dumb. Back to you.
Okay. Well, my mace does as much damage as a sacred flame, so I guess I'll cast mace to the face.
Oh, sometimes the dice gods smile upon us.
That would be Saloon.
All right, so
that was depressing.
You do hit this thing, though it is squishy, and the mace hits it, but the straw of this thing seems to resist the force of the mace a bit. It will attack you again. Man, where's those awesome die rolls? Oops.
There it is.
There it is. Uh-oh. Crap. All right. John, you are hit with a claw, and I do need you to make another wisdom save. It'd be pretty easy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so even the claw, as it hits you, you kind of catch sight of it again, and again you feel this sort of chill run down your spine, but your fortitude stands the day. All right, Imani, back to you.
I am going to pull out a flask of oil and douse it.
All right, make me a hit roll with a flask of oil.
My special move.
It's my move.
So just unarmored, I'm guessing.
Yeah, like a range. Just do like a range attack.
All I got's unarmored, so I guess we'll roll with that.
Yeah, or roll d20 and add dex.
Dex +1. Okay, here, roll a dex. Nope.
Oh yeah, that misses. So you throw this flask of oil, and he doesn't actually dodge. He's just standing there trying to eat you, and the flask.
But
you just throw the flask wildly.
I'm not throwing it. I want to actually just pour it on him. We're in melee. I don't want to throw it. I just want to pour it on him. There's a whole thing that says you can splash it on a creature within 5 feet of you or throw it up to 20 it, shattering on an impact. I just want to douse him.
I have that pulled up on my page
Yeah.
in the player's handbook.
I
made sure to read this rule before buying 12 flasks of oil.
All right, how does this supposed to work in the player's handbook? If you roll an 8 on the attack, do you still get oil on them?
As an action, you can splash the oil in this flask onto a creature within 5 feet of you or throw it up to 20 feet, shattering on impact. If you throw it, then you make a ranged attack.
Mm-hmm.
Treating the oil as an improvised weapon. Or you just splash the oil onto whoever is right next to you. And considering they're in melee.
The mechanic here is that if you want to cover a thing in oil, you can automatically, with no hit rolls or anything, it's automatic.
If they're in melee range.
Does that sound
5
reasonable?
feet.
Does it sound reasonable to everyone?
It's what it says in the book. And also, yes, if you're standing right in front of me and I have a thing of oil, I can go, and now the oil is on you.
I just want to be
It's
sure.
like throwing a drink on somebody.
Even that's you can miss. They could dodge.
Okay.
This is
Well,
an
then
odd
an 8
mechanic.
to throw a drink on
How about
somebody.
I come downstairs and I'll throw a drink at you. And if you dodge it, then we'll say that it's a ranged attack. But if I hit you, then we go based on what's mechanically in the book.
I don't care a lot. I guess that feels like a weird rule that you can automatically hit a thing with oil. But okay, fine. I guess it's covered in oil now, because that's
Good.
how D&D 5e rules work.
Yeah, that's my thing.
All right. Back to it. He's just gonna sit here and just claw you. I guess he's a little better to do than just attack with claws. That's a miss. That's a miss. All right, where are we? Round
20 AC is insane.
Yeah, it's pretty outrageous. The does that last forever? Does Armor of Faith have to worry about?
No, just 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes. Yeah, that's fine. That's forever. Okay.
Yeah, 100 rounds.
Yeah, we probably won't get that long. Okay, back to you, Amani.
Now this oil stuff. So every flask I dump on him is 5 points of damage if I light him on fire, correct?
You can't. No, we're not going to stack 50 flasks of oil on someone and do 500 points of damage.
No, it says in the book if they have oil on them, then it's 5 points of damage. Doesn't matter.
Yes. If you can set him on fire now, he'll take 5 points of damage a round for 2 rounds.
Set him on fire. That's my action.
How?
Tinderbox, lantern.
So you're gonna light a lantern
I'm going to light a scarecrow
with a flint and steel.
tinderbox. Sure,
With-
why not? He's flammable, right?
Yes. All right. We'll call this an improvised attack.
Yep.
So it'll be a disadvantage.
There you go.
Fine. All right. So you're like, come here, you. Come here and light on fire. All right. You catch him on fire. Fine. He is hit by your spark from your tinderbox. And
He goes up in flames.
Let's see. He is vulnerable, so he's going to take 10 damage. All right. 10 damage. Ooh, that hurts. Okay.
Now he's on fire, right?
Well, he'll take... See, this is where we cite some rules, but we don't cite other rules, because by raw...
You know what my next rule is? My next action is, right? Take my next flask of oil and splash it on him again.
Exactly. And so this is where we abuse the mechanics of the game by citing rules of the game. And this is where as a DM, I say, okay, do I just put some reason in here, or do I just let you cheese out the game? And I'm like,
Well, I
So
can
what
do
is the-
another option. How about I just retreat back one step
Hey,
and I
Roy.
dump the oil on the ground as I retreat? because when it walks through it, it's going to catch the oil on fire, and we're going to do the same thing anyway.
Yes.
Okay,
Roy?
but to be
Yeah.
fair,
You can grapple John, and that puts him on oil on fire, and he takes 5 points of damage.
Yes.
So if you want to
it's an
just
intelligent
reverse
creature.
this
It's not
thing on him, feel free.
You guys, this is why. Actually, yeah, well, he's an average intelligence. Interesting.
So yeah, if he's average intelligence and he can't really put himself out, then he might as well just go for it, because that's what John would do to you. Do it. Do it. For that great idea, can I have inspiration?
No, but I appreciate you trying to help the DM out.
No problem.
Let me think about this for a second. What would I do if I were an average intelligence monster against a player abusing game mechanics?
And I also want to point out, Roy, that you do have inspiration.
Yes,
you have a
do.
lot of inspiration. You have like 6 points of inspiration.
All given to you by Lucky Ducky.
No, somebody donated 1,000 earlier today. Hydrek Buruk.
Oh, that's the other edgelord.
Yeah, the edgelords are just throwing money
Wait,
your way.
what?
Yeah, it's the
What?
Cuban- it's-
Wait,
That was earlier today.
Yeah.
I told you about it, and you just
did
ignored
not.
it. Threw
you
1,000
gotta-
bits at you.
So
Yeah, the Cuban-
so you now
yeah,
have 6
Cuban
points of
donation.
inspiration. Sorry,
Are you kidding
6
me?
points. Yeah.
Oh,
Some crazy ass Cuban.
I totally missed that. Oh my. Oh.
Totally, yeah.
Okay. All right. Hold on a second.
Holding.
Yep. We could take a second intermission if you have to.
No. I just got to think about.
So I would just like to
Can you
throw
do
out a
that
question,
later in
since I don't
Discord
know
or
the
party
specific
chat
rules
or
of
any sort of, like,
D&D.
anything?
What is the game mechanic that he's trying to exploit here? I presume it's like if someone's on fire and you throw oil on them, it just deals more
Continues
damage.
burning.
It's automatic damage.
Okay, yeah,
It's,
continues burning, but it doesn't deal additional damage.
Yes.
no, there's
it
5
does.
points of
Yes,
damage
5
around.
points around,
Yeah.
which is 10
Permanently,
points
with
because it's
no-
vulnerable.
But not
to it.
per flask of oil.
No.
Yes.
All right.
No, it's
Alright.
not.
Josh,
Added.
Where does it
Listen.
say that?
Listen.
Josh,
Listen.
hold your hand over a candle.
In this mechanic, the way you guys are talking about it now, it's automatic 5 points of damage around to someone in melee. It means it's unavoidable. Like nothing else in the game is automatic. There's always a save or a hit roll. That's the way the game works. It's always a save or a hit roll. But this mechanic says it's automatic. You can automatically choose to do 5 points of damage per round to anyone in melee range. Now that is a broken thing. You can't interpret the rules like that. It's clearly against the spirit of the game. Right? There's nothing in the game that says you can automatically damage someone for 5 points of damage around. It's not the amount of damage, it's the fact that there's no way around it. It's automatic. And that's the part that I think just feels silly.
See, that makes sense to me. But the dealing in addition, like, it makes
No.
sense to me that you would be able to just, if somebody was standing right
Well,
next to
then
you,
why wouldn't
pour oil on them.
Then
and
why wouldn't
on your
everyone-
next turn just go
right?
and they're
So
on fire?
everyone in the world, the weapon of choice on the planet would be flasks of oil because it's automatic. A sword on average does 4 points of damage, 4.5 points of damage on a hit. So if you roll up to hit, you'll do 4.5 damage. This is an automatic 5 points of damage around. This is world breaking. Everyone in the world why would you use anything but a flask of oil? Swords are stupid.
You've got to be in melee, and it would take you 2 turns and even to light them on fire.
It's
So
permanent.
especially at lower
How you
levels.
guys-
Yeah, sure. At lower levels, it'll deal more.
And
But
then
this
there's
is the
also
case-
hugs, not drugs.
This is the case where you guys are thinking as players, trying to get every advantage and not thinking of game balance, right? It's absurd to say there's a mechanic in the game that does an automatic 5 points of damage per round to anyone in melee with you. And why just one creature? If you've got 3 people in melee with you, why can't you pour it on all 3? Now you're doing 15 points of damage on round automatically.
Because it says a single creature or object.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so we have that one limitation to the mechanic. It's only automatic damage. Can you guys see what I'm saying?
To be fair,
Well-
you also did make him do an attack with the tinderbox at disadvantage in order to light him on fire.
All right,
But the
we'll
thing
take this.
I was
hey,
getting at is
we'll
that
take-
it doesn't make sense to me that if pouring oil on the ground,
But that wasn't actually in
wouldn't
the
deal more
rules.
damage. You
I
can't
agree with what
be
you're saying,
on fire
Roy.
twice.
Look.
All right, we'll take the mechanic.
I am really, really, really trying hard to stop drinking for the night. If you guys keep this up, I can't stop.
Well,
So
don't forget this adds an additional 5. So if I was actually using a burning torch, it just would have taken 1 die
right,
6
John.
from the torch.
John,
Plus 5.
this drink is on you.
Elliot, you're always drinking. I'm not worried about that. You never stop.
All right, I'll look into
Um,
this.
I stop frequently, but I'm not now.
Oh wait, yeah, hold on. That's a good point from the chat.
Because it
What
specifically
about spells
says-
like Fireball? That is guaranteed damage no matter what. And it's not 5 points of damage.
Oh,
That is
you
a
mean-
guaranteed 3d6
It's a
with an additional 3d6 if you fail a save.
it's a third
So-
level. It's a third level magical spell, not a
Why
flask
would you
of
use
oil.
any spell but Fireball
people
after
don't
third
use
level?
any spell but
Don't-
fireball.
Not everyone is a 5th level mage, but every peasant in the world can buy flasks of oil to man the front lines of the armies. And as the armies charge them,
Well-
they just pour oil on them and set them on fire. Like it's over.
Well,
No,
Like-
because
on their
the
first
one
turn,
mage that
they
casts Fireball.
They get into melee. They get into melee and they pour oil on this dude,
All right,
and then
all
they
right.
get stabbed and
all
killed.
right, all right. Look,
But
fine,
that's fine.
fine.
So we
I mean,
do
that
it for
is
one
a
round.
legitimate
That's
tactic
fine.
in war. Is the vats of boiling oil? You just pour that on people. That is an actual tactic.
That's fine. I can just sacred
of
flame every
boiling
round.
oil is not a flask of oil you pull out of your pocket and pour on someone.
But then you light it on fire. It's basically
Don't forget
the
the
same
6
thing.
pounds of flask of oil. It's not like today. This is 6 pounds of oil.
All right, tomorrow I am going to update. You see, this is
That
part-
house rules list is about to get a lot
Yeah.
longer.
Well, at least a little bit longer. This is the thing when you play with smart people, right? Because they're always finding all these nooks and crannies of shit. Fine, okay, so the scarecrow's on fire, and it recognizes with its average intelligence that you've got a never-ending supply of permanent damage to it. So
Good run.
it does. It runs. So this flaming scarecrow takes off. It disengages on its turn. It disengages and it
Lights
actually
the
no.
whole
It
field
actually
on fire.
dashes. It dashes. So you can get an opportunity attack if you have your mace. So if you would take an opportunity attack, you can. It'll take the opportunity attack. Yeah, new rules. No oil. There's no oil in the world.
I just spent 30 gold buying oil.
I'm taking away fire. I'm taking fire out of the game. So-
That's my whole character. You just banned me from this game.
But
let's see. Go ahead and make your opportunity attack, Amani, if you want.
Oh no, I'm going to follow it.
Okay, so it dashes. So it
That's
double.
fine.
All right, so it runs out. It's on fire. It runs out, setting fire to the entire vineyard of grapevines that are in here. And you can dash after it, but I think you guys have equal movement speed. Which is another dumb game mechanic because this means you
No,
can
because
never
I'm
attack
going
it
to
again.
tackle it after this round.
But you it's going to be 60 feet away from you at the end of the round. Well, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so on your move, it's your move. So it's 60 feet away from you. And now
I move and I'm right next to it.
No, it's 60 feet away. A move is only 30 feet. You can
I dash.
but that's your action.
That's correct. And
Okay.
it takes 5 points of damage from burning.
Oh, let's make it 10.
Keep burning.
And now it's actually out of fire now, but 60 more feet of vineyards are on fire.
I can't do nothing about that.
Well,
it's not going to help our
I
rep,
don't
I
have
can tell you
create
that.
water. So how do I stop this creature then? So with your mechanic, that means no matter what, it always gets away.
it does.
Since I can't stop it,
It does.
so I charge it.
See, this is where when we're citing game mechanics, this is the thing, right? If something dashes away, the benefit is that you get your opportunity attack. But at that point, if you guys have the same movement speed, you theoretically would never catch it. It can always dash, and you can always dash. And you guys...
Don't you have ranged attacks you could make on it?
Yeah, I'm about to do another guiding bolt for 4-6. But I was just trying to do it without having to do that. Because this means that basically his creatures can't ever catch us either. It's whoever runs out of endurance.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is, it's like one of those things. Exactly. You know, this is one of those game mechanics I looked into maybe trying to fix, because if you guys are together and it moves and you move, like, you should be able to stay engaged with it, like beating it as it runs away.
Well, wait. Then at the end of the 60, the dash, we're engaged again, so it has to disengage. If it disengages, it can't dash.
No,
it can't disengage and dash. Disengage is your action. You can only make
you
one
take an
move.
Opportunity attack on it. Either it disengages and it gets away, and then you can catch it and kill it, or it dashes and you get an opportunity attack and you try.
No, I guess you can get another opportunity attack. Yeah, if it dashes.
Regardless, you will kill it eventually. It's just a matter of if he's going to disengage, and then you catch him and hit him.
I like that. That
or
makes sense.
If he dashes and you hit him as he runs away.
Wait.
That correct? Because you disengage.
If you're a tabaxi, it's a bonus action,
right?
No, he
disengage is his action.
No, he dashed as his action, and I gave you the chance to make an opportunity attack, and you declined because he dashed away. But then you dashed after him, which could engage him again, and so it'd be the same situation. If he dashed again, you would have the chance for an opportunity attack. So that would be a thing. So you could do that. So he dashes, you dash, he dashes out of melee, you can opportunity attack.
Essentially, this becomes a game of unlimited opportunity attacks.
No, it's not,
until somebody gets into a terrain that you can't traverse, or you can get a terrain-based advantage.
Right. I thought you couldn't disengage and dash.
You can't disengage and dash. No, that's why you get the opportunity attack. If he disengaged, you wouldn't be allowed the opportunity attack. But since he's just dashing away, you can opportunity attack. All right, so you decline. So he dashes away. You decline the opportunity attack. You dash after him. You guys are engaged again. He is now no longer on fire, but the fields are on fire.
Scream out fire as I'm running.
Great, they couldn't see that.
Well, they may not. It's the middle of the freaking night. So how do I stop this creature, I guess, since we're playing mechanics at this point?
So I guess
I got spells I could stop it, but that doesn't seem like something we're doing wrong. Something of this whole mechanic sounds wrong.
Oh, there's wrong, but it's all about the oil and the fire and the automatic damage. That's the wrong part. Let's see. So he's moved another round. You guys are there.
So then he can choose to dash again, but then I get an opportunity attack, but then I can dash anyway because the opportunity attack's a bonus action. So I can opportunity attack him and dash after him.
I mean, you will get damage in every turn, whether in the form of an opportunity attack or just a regular attack, depending on whether he dashes or he disengages. So you will get damage in.
Yeah. All right. So he will.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean,
well, he's gonna dash again then, because you let him go last time. So he's gonna dash away again, dashing through the fire. So he's no longer on fire. But he dashes away.
Fields.
So you can take your opportunity attack.
Who's on fire?
If you'd like.
And an opportunity attack is only with a melee weapon, correct?
That is correct.
Did you really need to ask that question?
I just wanted to verify.
I take an opportunity attack and cast Fireball.
John's always attacking. John's always exploring rules. He's always exploring rules.
Well, because there's also options to trip, shield, bash. That's why I'm like just figuring what my options are here.
See, this is why my game's actually a lot easier to run, because my players don't know all of these options. They're like, I cast magic missile. I swing my sword. I'm like, okay, great.
All right, Johnny, taking the opportunity attack or no?
No, I'm going to cast at him. I'm going to try to kill it. I'm casting Guiding Bolt again.
All right. Is that an automatic hit? Is that an attack roll or a
No,
save?
No.
roll?
that's an
it's an
attack
attack.
roll.
All right. He's
What
going
about
to have-
magic missiles? Why would you use anything but magic missiles? That's
Because
guaranteed
I'm a
damage.
freaking cleric.
All right. So he runs off.
I
So
mostly commented on the oil thing.
remember that you guys are in this vineyard at night in the dark. So I'm going to give him cover for being 60 feet away from you. You can move 30.
But
So
the
30
fields
feet
are
away.
on fire, so they do have light.
No, behind them. Like they're running away from the fire.
okay.
The fire's behind them. I'm
Okay.
gonna give
sense.
him cover from your attack. So
Then we'll play it different. I'll cast Sacred Flame.
all right. Is that a save?
Yeah.
No, this is a save, but that's no cover.
As long as you can see him.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and roll or you want me to roll the save?
Yeah. I guess you roll saves.
All right,
Just
what is
roll
that?
damage if I do it.
Is that dexterity? How does that work?
Yep. Dex DC 14, it says.
Oh, uh-oh. This might not work.
Oh, you made it.
Oh, barely. All right. So he's like running. So it's half damage if he makes a save?
No, none.
None. Ooh.
It's a
All right.
cantrip. I can cast this all night.
All right. So he dashes again off into the darkness.
I dash after him.
All right. You guys run and run. You're headed east. And
Once we're in
he's-
an open area where he can't hide, then I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Yeah, I think he can. I think. I don't know if I want to do that. I think he can get away in the dark in the fields if he wants to.
Okay, then I'm going to be tracking him.
All right, fair enough.
But if I can see him, I'm going to try for the ending Guiding Bolt.
Yeah, no. In the fields, he can run pretty much out of sight. He can get.
I got
60.
120 foot range on this.
Yeah, but he can move. Right. Yeah. If it's open, it was an open field.
Or actually, even if there's nowhere he has cover, I'll risk
30
another
feet
first
away.
level spell.
Yeah. 30 feet away. 90 feet away. Yeah, because in fact it's nighttime, so if he's 60 feet away, he's actually out of sight. You don't even see him anymore. Especially here in the vineyards where sight is obscured. This isn't a cornfield, but it's still vineyards. So yeah, so you kind of chase after him, and you realize after pretty quickly you realize you've just lost him. He is turned and dodged or something, like gone a different direction. He's not running in a straight line. He's out of sight and turned, and so you're not sure where he is right now. So you can kind of go back. You can try tracking. Tracking at night will be a little harder.
Yep.
And this guy doesn't leave normal footprints. You can kind of look with the sea, but it's just a small disturbance in the ground. It's almost as if his feet were made of straw that just disturbed the ground. So I'll give you a tracking chance. I think that's fair, but I am going to give you disadvantage since it's night and there's not like clear discernible footprints that you could follow.
21. I'm on your ass like grass, baby.
Imani is killing this scarecrow like
This
it or
scarecrow
not.
is dying.
You are on his ass.
If I have to kill him in his damn lair, now it's vendetta.
But for
The scarecrow layer. Just a whole bunch of hay that he restocks with at night.
I'll just take him for a
All right.
roll in the hay. Then.
You actually follow this guy, and he actually he skirts around. So he's doing like this dodge pattern where he's like zigzagging and changing direction. But you've got his number. And you follow him kind of through this whole maze. It's hard. It's easy, and then you get to an open area.
It's hard, it's easy.
No, I'm sorry. It's hard to track through. It's hard to track through all this. I'm sorry. It's hard to see, but it's easy to track him kind of through because there's lots of broken branches, broken things from the things he's going through. So you can follow the zigzag pattern. But then you get to open field, and now it's gonna have. I need another check. Still at disadvantage.
Do I see him?
Oh no, he's long gone at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, you're tracking. You're following broken branches and stuff while he's sprinting away. But you do come out to an open field. Now I need another tracking check. I'm still giving you disadvantage, but I'm lowering the DC. All right, got it.
To anything with 17.
All right.
Realize what I've been dropping on my rolls.
You pick up his trail, and you kind of. So he's headed east. Well,
How do you have +6 to tracking?
south.
Jesus.
This is actually south. So you're heading.
Survival proficient. It uses wisdom.
He's actually headed south. So you find yourself you come out of the Stoutfellow farm and you're headed south, and the tracks take off across the fields. You follow the tracks. You actually cross the road that you took out. So when you left Waterdeep, you followed the road out to the east, right? This trail sort of is headed south, crosses that road, and continues to head south. It jogs a bit to the east from there, and the trail ends, and up ahead of you, you see a walled compound, and the trail ends at one of the walls to this compound.
Do I have any clue what this compound is?
That's the scarecrow hideout where all the scarecrows go at night. Duh.
Apparently.
Light it on fire.
There is a... Where is my... Yeah, so it's sort of a stone wall, and it's built around, sure, it's a stone, sort of a stone, it's this big, long, not a compound's a bad word to use, I'm sorry, but there's a stone wall, like that sort of stacked stones, and it just spreads out. It's like a gate, not a gate, but a fence.
Fence?
Yeah, built in this area. You remember there was a signpost that you saw earlier.
And the tracks end at the fence, so I'm assuming it went over the fence.
Or at the wall, yeah. That's
Climb to the top of the wall. Do I see it?
No, it's so inside here is another orchard area, and this place, well, it's more grapevines.
So this is not more of the same fields for the same farmers, correct?
No, you're far from that farm. You've gone at least a mile or two from that farm. I probably should have made you make more tracking checks, but it's fine.
So this is somebody else's farm, but I have no clues who at this point.
Presumably, this would be the other place that has the mead brewery.
Depends on which way. I know one side was mead, the other side was the other. But is this
Yeah,
thing
so there were only
sent
two
by them?
places. The only other way that you could have
Because of
gone
his
was to
judginess.
Waterdeep.
He stayed away from the mead.
Okay, I guess I'm going to have to stop here since this isn't, their farm or their property. I don't want to go about trapacing through another farmer's property.
hippity hoppity, get off my property.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hoppity-hoo.
Okay, go back and check on the other ones, I guess.
All right, so you go back to the Stoutfellow farm, and it is chaos. People are running all about. The sky around there as you head back is actually an orange glow. The fire that was started in the orchard is spreading, decimating all the crops, all the bushes and such of that.
I got you beat, Elroth.
That's so upsetting.
And they're running around.
God.
They're
Definitely
running.
burned more shit than you've burned. And
now I
that's
really
our,
do need to burn down the tavern.
and that's our cleric of life talking.
Yeah. And you
Saloon is not happy.
you run in there, and they're like, you set this fire.
No,
And
the scarecrow did.
The hands are running around. The scarecrow. What? You were supposed to kill the scarecrow. Did you?
I tried to.
With fire?
With everything. He caught fire.
You set us on fire.
I set a scarecrow on fire, which ran apparently across the road to hop over the fence to the brewery.
The brewery? The meadery? Snow beetles?
That's where it went to. It hopped the fence, and that's where I lost the trail.
Oh,
I chased it for over a mile.
You've got to help us. We've got to put these fires out. It's decimating our vineyard.
Go start helping them put fires out. That's why I came back.
All right, so you guys are basically trying to shovel dirt. You spend the night firefighting, ancient medieval firefighting, which sucks. As the dawn rises, there is this large swath of destruction that is just dead, burned, everything, and the fires have been put out, but a large part of this farm has been completely decimated. And the stout fellows, they look at you sullenly, and they're like, the scarecrow, it never caused anything like this amount of damage.
Superheroes.
How could you do this?
Said kill the scarecrow. I was trying to kill the scarecrow.
We will be... No, Imani Deller, we will be pressing charges through the city of Waterdeep.
Not with my money.
Give us your
That's fine.
give us your address, and we shall send the magisters there.
Sure. Troll Skull Manor on whatever street we're on.
Yes. You-
But I think you should talk to my legal help, which is Yashel Simal.
We will be in touch. Do not worry. Leave us. Did you at least kill the beast?
I lost it at the fence to the meadery.
You did it. And the Mary, she said, you didn't even kill it. You destroyed our farm, and you didn't even kill the scarecrow.
No, I didn't.
And he grabs her, she's like, no, oh, and they have this sort of thing, and he's like, get off my property and don't come back. The Emerald Enclave shall hear of this.
Yep, that's where I'm heading.
Minus one reputation with that farm.
Minus one?
Minus one.
He set the fields on fire.
Me. Now I
Elliot,
have
that
outdone
was-
Elrock.
That was okay. No, moment of the night tonight goes to Elliot from the background. That was the funniest moment all night.
That was actually pretty good.
Hey, at least they didn't burn down Waterdeep.
I'm angry. I should have been the one making that fire.
So you
I'm
guys,
supposed to be a good guy, aren't I?
as you guys
Yeah, well.
as you guys are waking up,
I have bad thoughts.
you guys are waking up, getting ready to have another shift with the dung sweepers and stuff. You see sort of Imani, the door opens and Imani walks in. He is covered in soot, as if he has been fired. His eyebrows are singed, the hair in his arms is completely burned off, and he sort of
There was
walks,
a fire?
he walks in,
Yeah.
Oh.
looks at Elroth, and he's like, check.
Oh,
Don't use oil.
I pull out all the oil that I have.
I need better friends.
I guess burning hands on this whole block.
Oh, I'm going to have to reread the rules on how to stop creatures from running.
Oh, Monty.
Light them on fire again.
Yeah, light them on fire. Oh God. That's beautiful. I see. This is the beauty of D&D, right? It's like
Yes.
I thought
Never
this was
goes
going to
as
be
planned.
an easy, relatively easy mission for the group to go to the farm, beat up a scarecrow. That's easy, right? No.
And then
no, no, no.
Amani went alone and burned down a vineyard.
Imani went alone, set it on fire. It flees on fire through vineyards, like it's just,
Which
God.
miraculously caught fire without getting any save either. See, it's amazingly similar to that oil thing. How ingenious!
And now this is beautiful. So now something that was supposed to be an easy party mission has become this huge debacle that you guys are gonna have to then. And I mean, Arson.
Oh no, this is not a party debacle anymore. He went
Oh.
on his own. He is dealing with this
Well,
on his own.
I'm sure.
Monty's
So
got a
Lou
problem.
bless him.
Turns out, yeah, I'm with
Turns
Elroth
out
on
I
this.
already have wonderful counsel.
Turns out Imani has a fucking problem. Imani has a problem.
This is why, metagamingly speaking, you never split the party. This is why. This is exactly
Well,
why.
don't worry, because we're a party of 3 now.
And
All right, John, what character are you gonna bring in while this character's rotting
Imani-
in prison?
Imani has a problem, and the party is together. The remaining party is together.
That's funny.
Oh
But
no,
you
we
did.
lost our cleric. What are we gonna do? Get healing potions?
But
Yep.
this is the beautiful part, right? So,
I'm fine.
through a bit of serendipity, a random encounter, you met a lawyer who may be able to keep you out of life imprisonment or something. I don't know. It's-
No. We met
like-
a prosecutor.
No,
I like
To be
the-
I
specific.
met a
We
prostitute.
met the opposite of who we wanted to meet.
Yeah, Imani didn't find a renowned defense attorney. Imani
We met the
saved
person who's gonna kill
the,
Amani.
the person who's gonna be like, yeah, dude, you fucked up.
But maybe that's even better, right? If the prosecutor is your friend, that might be better than having a good defense attorney. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you're the
Maybe.
DM. You're the DM. You're the DM.
Well, at least I now know what Amani's doing for the next 10 days.
Look,
Hey,
Yeah.
remember
Wanna be a
that
court
time I
case.
saved your life? At least you think, yeah. I need you to not throw me in jail for life.
Oh, no, Amani-
Thanks.
100. Amani did 100% save her life. She would absolutely have died. Like had Amani chased down the stabber, for example, she would have died. She would have just been dead. So,
Which is what you were absolutely expecting to happen.
So it worked
Yeah.
out really well that
Yeah,
what she
that's
actually
like-
did was save a lawyer.
This is
But-
why I love D&D, because it's like everything is just this sort of like, hey, here's a situation, and it never
One
goes the way I
situation went
think it's
away
gonna go.
you didn't expect, and it helped.
But that's how it goes. Yeah, exactly. That's like that's the beauty of it, right?
A
It's like-
situation later down the line.
that's why I
Question
used to
mark?
like when I was a young DM, I used to like try to say, okay, here is the situation, and here's how it's going to get resolved, right? And you try to, and obviously, thankfully, I have learned that what I do is here's the situation. I have no clue how it's going to get resolved because I can. My best guess is going to be 100% wrong, so I just have to say, here's the situation, here's the setting and the scenario, and we ad lib the scene. Every scene is just completely ad libbed scene. So
And so to that, I have to say that this has been like we've played a lot of D&D together, and this has been the most fun I've had playing D&D with this group because we're really just like the story is the story, and we're not goal driven. We're just telling a story.
We just light things on fire, apparently.
it's just
Apparently,
the story is the story.
baby
Grognards.
burn. And I did it for
This is
free,
big.
Aren't we
Elrod.
the heroes of this story, or did we
All
get
right,
that
the
wrong?
new
I've
theme
been playing
song for
Dungeons
this
and Dragons
group is
I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for nigh on 40 years, and I have to say this is the most fun campaign. And it started off with a very bitter rivalry amongst the party, and it was like this is really developing into the most fun campaign I've ever been a part of in 40 fucking years. So I'm really
Cheers to that.
Yeah, this is good stuff. This is good storytelling, and it's got a lot of freedom.
I'd like to throw a shout out to the chat. Apparently, pyromania is contagious, and I can't wait for the rest of the party to get it.
Apparently, it is.
Oh yeah. The edgelords are gonna be setting everything on fire Thursday.
Oh yeah. Oh, they've got it in their heads
now.
Oh yeah.
Now they see how it's done.
Oh, we still have Elroth burning down a widow's house. We have
You've got Ilona, who is now prepared to light her fists on fire and punch people like that.
Man, that's pretty cool.
It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, good luck Thursday.
I wish I had known that I had all that inspiration. Damn it! I mean, how many inspiration do I have again?
You have 6 inspiration.
6 points. You got 6
You
points.
have more than I do, and I have a lot.
Got my notes. Y'all are dying, bitches.
I didn't do anything.
If we keep rolling that 20s, we're not dying.
It's the rest of
All right.
y'all working with the Dungeon.
So I had 6 inspiration. I have 6 inspiration. All right.
Day 1,
and
nothing
Bonnie has
happened with the
nothing to share.
dung
Bonnie's already
sweepers.
fucking toast.
And you
All
could
right.
See,
just
this is
fail that
6
damn
inspiration
save,
is going to wind up being day 1, nothing happened. Day 2,
look,
Elder Black
Hey,
Dragon
look, I think
attacks.
your dad
Like,
wants to say something.
Hey, Gerg.
no,
You're
no,
It's a bot.
no.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a bot.
Wait, this has
Yeah,
been resolved.
See, that's why I don't look at. That's why I don't look at chat. Okay. Fine. Okay. So, let's see. This week, quick recap. So you guys started your mission with the dung sweepers. You have not yet commissioned Broxley to get his group of people together to like start in earnest getting the tavern fixed up. So
Looks like
But
we
we
might not
started-
have the money to do that for long.
Yeah, and we started.
You all will. All the money's separated.
well, y'all need to well, I mean, you have options for how to find money. Like I've given you some.
Yeah, but I'm with
Y'all
Josh on
think that-
that. Like we have options to find money, but we don't currently possess money. So I don't.
Do y'all
wanna-
think that Leaf maybe has like a secret stash of
So
treasure hidden
we're being
somewhere?
like
Alright, well,
we're being
quick
like fiscally responsible here,
That's
and
fine.
we're not contracting out, and it seems like we as a group are not contracting out any service that costs us more than we currently possess.
All right.
So we're being fiscally responsible. We like Broxley's proposition, and we're just like, you know what? Now that cooler heads have prevailed, I've had some time to think about it. You know what you're charging is a reasonable price. We just don't have the money in the bank right now, so we're not hiring you.
All right, fine. I'll buy it. But you have options to borrow if you wanted to. All right.
Okay.
So tonight you guys were able to start your mission with the dung
nothing
sweepers. Imani went on a solo campaign doing all kinds of other stuff, trying to solo the Scarecrow mission. Ended up setting fire to the Scarecrow and the entire orchard of grapes.
The vineyard.
What is the
I would tell you guys.
loyalty change there?
We'll see. I will tell you guys to remember the details of things. Details matter. So, but he did find the Scarecrow, confront it, fight it, chase it, and track it for a while. So, but
It's on fire now. It should be really fucking easy to track.
no, it was only on fire for 2 rounds. So
For some reason, it was only 2 rounds.
that's how oil works. It's a 2-round thing.
No, oil is for 1 minute.
No, oil's 2 rounds.
2 rounds.
I'll let you guys.
You can only light it within 1 minute.
Yep.
I'll let you guys argue about that as you
What
go to
argument?
bed.
I have stated, thus it is said, so it is done.
Oh no, you're
I see.
flexible.
No,
When-
got it.
When somebody shows you good information, you're flexible. I'll give you credit.
I do change my mind with new information. However, I read these rules, so I'm sure that I'm right about this.
I
fine,
have the
fine.
rules open
Whatever,
right here.
I was still giving you
You were
credit.
Why'd
right
you
about
get
the
'em wrong?
2 rounds.
I was giving you so much credit. I was giving you
I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So 2 weeks from today, we will find out what happens. Are there any repercussions from setting the entire farm on fire? Is there any information to be found from tracking the scarecrow? Is that mission dead, or is that still salvageable? Who knows? I guess
Maybe the scarecrow has a secret hoard of 1,250 gold.
maybe the scarecrow has a secret hoard of 1,250 gold.
In which case, young Joshua, if
It's
the
time to go light some fields on fire.
Scarecrow has a hoard of 1,250 gold, and John Amani went on that mission alone, you can bet your sweet ass that that's not your 1,250 gold.
Oh yeah,
It will be when I go back and get it and light the other field on fire. To get even with him again.
So if you
FYI, we made it clear that John's on this mission alone, so John has
Did
it
we?
inside.
John's
Okay.
home with you guys. I mean, but also
We
to
made
be
it clear that John's on this mission alone.
So you say.
Okay,
John
but to
has
be
to
fair,
know that this is his reward alone.
To be fair, I'm very invested in the fire that he did. And if I find out like the fire he did was some big thing, I'm going to try to one up him.
Which you
So, like,
have no.
I
you
may
have-
become a part of this mission.
Let's let a
that
day go by.
metagaming, You have no reason to know. You have no reason to know that John
Presuming
did
he doesn't tell me.
anything. You have no reason to know unless that comes out in game.
Oh, I have a treat. I have a treat for you guys. You guys are gonna love this. So,
We get maps.
on Discord, I am going.
That's a good joke. That's a great best joke ever.
Just know that this entire session was done without any maps.
A single image was never portrayed.
Sometimes
Well, no, he did portray the map of the inn, but it gave no new information. There was an entire combat and lighting of a field.
It's not my fault that in 3 hours you guys did that much. I have
That much?
lots
We
of
went through-
maps.
We went through like 30 minutes of gameplay.
Theater of the mind, bro.
I have
Theater of the mind.
so many maps to show you, but you guys
I
didn't
got
get
so
to
many
any of them.
maps. I got the best maps. They're the best maps ever. I have so
I have
many
twice
maps.
as many for the edge
They're
lords,
like
though.
maps. They're all over the place. They start over here.
A lot of
and
people
they
are
go
saying
there,
my
and I have
maps are actually the best maps they've ever seen.
Best maps.
But not for you guys. For you guys, I have just a handwritten, drawn crap.
It's just a doodle.
No, we actually hired a kindergarten class. We're special.
The maps for you guys are actually using crayons. If the crayon maps is like totally.
What brand of crayons?
Maps.
Oh, at least use
Crayon is a
Crayola,
brand.
man. We at
love
least
my
we at
maps.
least deserve Crayola.
Not the Walmart brand.
Let's see. So you guys, we are. So in 2 weeks, we'll get back to this this entire thing. This is fantastic. Ben, I had something to share with you guys that I completely forgot now. The whole getting old thing sucks.
That
it was
is the
something about
17th in
Discord.
case anybody wanted to know.
December
Something about
17th?
Discord that you had a surprise for us.
Oh, yeah, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, on... Shoot. That still wasn't enough of a hint.
I just gave it to you.
Yeah,
Level.
No,
You were
Discord.
gonna level us. You
No,
were
not
gonna
level
give us.
you.
Yeah.
But I was going to...
More fire.
It was worth a try.
Oh, it's such a good idea. It was...
Elroth, you have to burn the other field down. Just remember to one up me.
Oh, absolutely. I'm burning down
But
the
you
field
have to
and
catch the
me.
Is it going to be
farmhouse.
downtime stuff, Roy?
But you
No,
got to
no,
make
no.
sure that you're friends with the farmer before you burn the farmhouse.
Oh, but I'm getting him and the meadery with.
Oh, yeah. Jeez. Okay. Yeah. So on Discord, you guys know that in Waterdeep there are several papers, right? Like Waterdeep has a media. They have a media industry. They have newspapers that get long. They call them long pages. It's just like a page, right? So you go around Waterdeep, and it's sort of like the Waterdeep equivalent of extra, read all about it, but it's not a folded paper. It's like a sheet. A long sheet
Let me guess
of
what's
paper.
going to be on this next week's paper.
So, in Discord, I am going to be posting this 10 days Waterdeep long paper. I wonder what kind of events it might include, Imani.
I would have absolutely no clue.
Clearly. So if you want to check out the Waterdeep long paper that's going to get published this week based on tonight's activities, come
I would
check
just
us out.
like to throw out.
Let me guess. You have to go to Tavern Chat, and to do that, you have to subscribe.
No, not at all. Not at all. But you can subscribe to Tavern Chat. But we'll put this in. You can always, I think you can always read Tavern Chat. But if you want to interact with Tavern Chat, then you have to be a subscriber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everyone can read Tavern Chat.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know the rules. But
Yeah,
so it's going to be, so the Waterdeep long paper is going to be in Tavern Chat.
That's right. I hate saying this because now I'm committing myself to actually writing a thing. But fine.
I know,
I would
right?
just like to
Yeah.
throw out for the long
Hey, look,
pages that
Roy,
the
when Cortez
entire.
got to the New World, he burned his ships. That's commitment.
I'm burning my ships right now, baby. It's
You're
in the
just
notes.
saying somewhere on the internet that you're gonna write something. That's,
I would just like to make sure that
quite
you
burning
know
your
that the
ship.
entirety of the Dung Sweepers Guild is now being protected by the Lords of Lions,
Oh, that's
and
my
have
notes.
been going to all of the bars and talking about the
Oh,
Lords of Lions.
That's a good thing. That's a
and
good
making
thing
the
to
distinction
point out.
that we are better than the Lords Alliance.
That's a good thing to point out before the Waterdeep
Well, it's
long
not-
paper comes
Well, it's
out.
not better. Remember, for Morton and his crew, it's not that it's like two different things. He was correcting himself. It's like, oh, I thought this was the Lord's Alliance. Turns out it's the Lords of Lions.
You know
And so-
what? I'll
yeah.
take that too.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fine
Yeah,
with that,
so-
as long
so,
as
yeah,
we get
so-
recognition.
So that's the thing. That's the thing that the fun of it is that we're not in competition. You've just been mistaken about how you pronounce it the whole time. It's like we're the same people.
Yeah.
So all of this Lord's Alliance stuff is actually us. These
This
are
is-
our people.
This is so beautiful.
But-
I hope you guys can figure out a way.
But we're not the
I
Lord's
can't wait
Alliance.
to like go back
Of
and
Lions.
be like, yeah, the Lord's Alliance, and convince him that he was just hearing Lords
No.
of Lions.
It's called Lords of Lions. It's not Lords Alliance. It's Lords of Lions.
Yeah.
That's us. We're like the founders of the Lords of Lions.
All right.
And there are lots of us. We're all over the place. We're all over the place.
All right, so we are over, but I am super looking forward to seeing how you guys convince the world of the city of Waterdeep and the world itself to implement something like copyright laws, and to convince them that not only should there be copyright laws, but that you guys own the title to Lords of Lions, because it's always just been a confusion of Lords of Lions and Lords of Lions. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. 2 weeks from today, we will.
I know how we're making 1,250 gold.
Uh-oh. Brilliant. All right. So 2 weeks from today, we're going to continue this adventure. Thursday, the Edgelords will pick up their part.
Murder hobos.
Edgelords and Murder Hobos will pick up their part of this adventure.
So far, we're murder hoboing better, apparently.
Friday. Josh, you got a game Friday?
Murder hobos.
Actually,
They're
we
gonna
don't.
They're
No.
gonna be edgelords, murder hobos, and pyromaniacs after this. But
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
All right. So
Yeah,
Josh,
actually, no game Friday, but there is going to be a game next Friday. And it's going to be
all
pretty
right, if
good.
you
There's
need a
gonna be
game of
some
D&D,
stuff.
talk to Josh. Hit us up on Discord. Talk to Josh. I think he's looking for a player or two for our Friday game.
I'm down one player. So currently I'm running with a party of 3. I'm okay running with a party of 3, but if I find the right person,
All right. There you go. Hit us up on Discord.
Meanwhile,
2 weeks from
Thursday,
today, we're going to see if this group can implement the concept
Elliot.
of copyright in Waterdeep, and if so, how. Until then,
nerd out.
nerd out.
Nerd out.
seriously?
I'm the best. I was first and fastest.
I'm
and
just
loudest.
trying not to wake up the baby.
I'm going to give you guys one more redo. One redo. Come on.
Yeah,
guys.
real close.
Before
Is
you
this
do
any
that,
better?
Before you do that, I need to remind everybody: Thursday, Edgelords and Murder Hobos. Don't miss it. They are totally different from us.
And
They're
not
like
better.
us, except they actually
Except
care about
good.
the story.
No, they're not better.
Yeah, they're definitely goal oriented. We are
like
not
them
goal
more.
oriented. They're goal oriented. Anyway,
All right, let's try it
Edgelords,
again.
Murder Hobos, goal oriented.
2 weeks from next week, Chris is going to run his game. Check that out. 2 weeks from today, this game resumes. Until then,
Nerd out.
Nerd out.
all right, fine.
That wasn't any better. It wasn't better when I spoke closer to the mic.
It's not.